The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. This is Bulldogs basketball.
Straight away, good. Bombs away, Tyree. Missed the three. There's Jordan Harris. Skying for the tap-in. Gumeze wide open for a two-handed dunk. Rayshawn got a little showtime. Yes, sir.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia Basketball. Brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now to Courtside along with Chuck Dowdle, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
And hi again, everyone, and welcome to another afternoon of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. It's Thanksgiving week, and that means tournament hoops for many teams, and the Bulldogs fall into that category once again this year. For the first time ever, Georgia is here in Maui for the Maui Invitational. We are in the cozy confines of the Lahaina Civic Center, a stone's throw away from the Pacific Ocean, as the 4-0 Bulldogs will open up this year's event against the 3-0 Dayton Flyers. And Georgia will get its most serious test to date in this tournament. The field is loaded with NCAA tournament teams, and the Bulldogs are hoping they can work their way into that conversation with a good showing here over the next 3 days. But coming up first, Georgia and Dayton from Maui. The Bulldogs Courtside Show is brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Cabell Philpott is in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios today. Tony Schiavone is our on-site producer and engineer. And Chuck Dowdle is here, and he'll join me next on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Did you know Georgia is one of the leading producers of pecans in the entire world? That's how hard Georgia farmers work to help cultivate the state's economy. And that's why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers with agricultural research and assistance programs and access to benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. You can join online for just a few bucks a year. So, get cracking.
You've been ignoring that knee pain during your morning run. You have a lot of questions about that concussion from the soccer game. That shoulder pain you've been feeling playing tennis is now chronic. At Northside Sports Medicine, we know you don't have to be a pro to be an athlete, which is why we give you access to treatment, technology, and an elite team of sports medicine doctors dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility. Call 1-855-NH-SPORT today so you can get back in the game. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We all like to shop local, whether it's your neighborhood barber, your favorite coffee shop, or your local farmer's market. That's why I'm proud to be a member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for 85 years with one simple goal, banking on purpose. Whether they are saving you money or supporting the people, places, and teams we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. Get started today with a low-rate credit card from Georgia's Own or visit their website at georgiasown.org to learn more. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA. Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Back here in the Bulldogs Courtside Show, brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Back in Maui, Georgia, and Dayton. Here's Chuck Dowdle. Chuck, Georgia's ramped up the competition level here, starting with this game today. These Dayton guys are pretty good.
Well, aloha, Scott.
Aloha, yeah. Mahalo.
Yes, indeed. You're exactly right. This is a whole different level of competition. This tournament attracts the creme de la creme of college basketball. You look up in this field, I mean, here's Kansas, here's Michigan State, here's UCLA. We're talking about Georgia stepping into a class of play now that will really test these dogs early in the season, but I think they're going to be up to it. It's a small gym, and you know what? The best thing that warms my heart, I look across the way, and I see more than 100 dog fans in this gym in Maui. That is great news for Georgia. They've come. Dog Nation has traveled to Maui, and they're here to support the dogs.
All right, we'll have a good crowd in the friendly confines, the cozy confines. Here's a small gym, but it will be loud, it will be warm, and we will have basketball. Georgia and Dayton are coming up, and so is Cabell Philpott. He's standing by in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He's next here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world. Globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
Did you know that 1 in 8 Americans struggle with hunger? Yet more than 40% of the food we produce is thrown out. At Kroger, we know we can do something about this. We're donating more food to local food banks through our partnership with Feeding America. And we're working with World Wildlife Fund to end food waste. But we can't do it alone, and we hope you'll join us in creating a world with zero hunger and zero waste. Visit thekrogerco.com to learn how you can help.
Don't go anywhere. The dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents, which means you're going to start telling your kids to clean up before the cleaning lady comes. Doesn't make sense, but you're the parent and they're the kids. You're going to start telling them that now, too. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance. And there's your opening to remind them who pays the bills around here. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now scores and highlights from around college basketball. Let's go inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's Cabell Philpott.
Aloha, Bulldog Nation. Cabell Philpott with you here inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Your dogs out in Maui today, taking on the Dayton Flyers as part of the Maui Invitational. There are quite a few other teams out in Maui as well, not just the dogs and the Flyers. Virginia Tech and Michigan State will tip it off after the dogs and the Flyers as part of our bracket out in Maui. The winner of our game will play the winner of Virginia Tech and Michigan State, the loser to play the loser of that game tomorrow afternoon or evening. Kansas and Chaminade and BYU and UCLA in the night portion of the broadcast of this year's Maui Invitational. Quite a few SEC teams in action at 7 o'clock tonight. 17th ranked Tennessee tips it off against Chattanooga at Thompson Bowling Arena. Arkansas getting together with Georgia Tech at 7 o'clock. Missouri, Vanderbilt, and 18th ranked Auburn also on deck for college basketball in the SEC this afternoon. Georgia and Dayton tipping it off just after 2:30 Eastern time. When we return, we'll hear from the head coach himself, Coach Crean, coming your way next. Part of the Bulldog Sports Network from Learfield IMG.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit Piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Did you know Georgia is one of the leading producers of pecans in the entire world? That's how hard Georgia farmers work to help cultivate the state's economy. And that's why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers with agricultural research and assistance programs and access to benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. You can join online for just a few bucks a year. So, get cracking.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
You've been ignoring that knee pain during your morning run. You have a lot of questions about that concussion from the soccer game. That shoulder pain you've been feeling playing tennis is now chronic. At Northside Sports Medicine, we know you don't have to be a pro to be an athlete, which is why we give you access to treatment, technology, and an elite team of sports medicine doctors dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility. Call 1-855-NH-SPORT today so you can get back in the game. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
Hey Bulldog fans, it's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes, earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at SwiftyCarWash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
You're listening to Georgia Basketball. Now time for your all-access trip inside the Dogs' locker room and a visit with the head coach, Tom Crean. With Coach Crean, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Back here on the Bulldogs Courtside Show, we're in Maui for the Maui Invitational for Georgia, and the first time in this event. It's time to catch up with Bulldogs head coach Tom Crean. It's brought to you by UPS. Working together to achieve great things like the Bulldogs, that's problem solving. Visit UPS.com to learn more, official logistics partner of Georgia Athletics. Georgia and Dayton today. Coach, our first visit here, but not your first visit. Tell us a little bit about your previous times here and the Dogs' first trip here.
Well, I was here 25 years ago with Tom Izzo when we took over at Michigan State, and it's amazing. A lot of things have changed, but the level of intensity, the atmosphere, the privilege to be in a tournament like this, none of that's changed. And I think it's been good for these guys. They're enjoying it. We got a couple of really good practices. We got here Friday night, staying in a fantastic place at the Hyatt Regency. We've had some banquets that they've been a part of, and they're spending a lot of time together. But it's business time now, and I think that's what is so exciting about this. You're going to go into some incredibly intense moments inside of a game, and really it becomes every one of them. And that's the most important thing for a team, is to learn that it's possession by possession here.
What do you want to learn about your team over the next 3 days against very, very good competition?
Where our toughness is, where our mental toughness is, where our physical toughness is. Can we continue to move the ball well? Our transition defense has got to get a lot better. Our rebounding, I'm scared to death, as I have been all year, but especially in a situation like this with this team, or with these teams that we're facing. So it's all ratcheted up now. This level of competition is phenomenal. Dayton is outstanding. I mean, they're deep, they're talented, they're older, they're big. They bring so much to the table. So how we stack up and stand up to things like that are going to be the most important thing to me.
The Bulldogs are off to a 4-0 start. The win over Georgia Tech most recently. What have you seen from your guys as far as growth and progress?
Well, I think they're making it, but it's going to go way up now. It has to, because the physicality that we're going to see now, the level of intensity that we're going to see now is different. And we've got to be able to match it. We've got to be able to match it and do something with it. So to me, we're getting better. We're making strides. They're working extremely hard to learn. And now we've got to apply it. And when you get into an environment like this, especially when you're away from from home. But in an environment like this, the lights are brighter. Not just because the bulbs are brighter, not just because it's warmer outside, but the lights are brighter. And you cannot get away from put you in position to win. It's never going to be about individual basketball. It's never going to be about, I'm going to do this. It's got to be about the team. Like I told them last night, all right, teams get found out this time of year. Teams get on the map this time of year, one way or the other. And we've got to figure out how to put ourselves in a good map here.
Are you seeing the confidence grow with each practice and each win that you collect from this group of guys?
Well, I think so. But the bottom line is they don't know what they don't know. And Dayton and whoever we face tomorrow are going to show that. And right now, there can be nothing that's not intense-driven, nothing that is not physically centered, and play the way we want to play. But understand that you've got to hit. You can't just go to the glass to get a board. You've got to sprint back. You can't run back. All right, you've got to get a hand up big time, not a hand in the guy's chest to defend a shot, but a hand that's at the level of the ball when he's releasing it. Those are the things that get turned up on a possession-by-possession basis.
Coach, thanks for your time. Much good luck. We'll catch up with you after the game.
All right, thank you, Scott.
That's Coach Tom Crean. Georgia and Dayton are coming up here in Maui. The Maui Invitational as the Bulldogs open up the tournament here this afternoon. We'll be back with the starting lineups right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We're getting you in the zone.
Brought to you by AutoZone.
Kiss off the glass. Good whistle and a foul. Edwards, two-handed dunk. Beautiful dig from Ray Shaw.
Need to get the job done fast? AutoZone can help. Visit AutoZone.com and start the job with free next-day delivery or free same-day store pickup.
Get in the zone.
AutoZone.
Alley-oop lob and a one-handed jam. Amonte Incomedes does it home.
This is Bulldogs basketball.
Isn't it yummy when you find a great deal that helps stretch your budget? Yeah, we think so too. That's why at Kroger, we've got more ways to save on all the fresh foods you truly crave. With great sales every day, fuel points to save at the pump, and digital coupons you can download to your Plus card, the savings at Kroger really add up. More ways to save. It's easy at Kroger.
Season for Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go Dogs wherever you go. And with Regions Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit Regions.com/Go Dogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The holidays are back again, which means it's time to hit the road home. Whether you're racing along winding highways in the Agile 3 Series, conquering terrain in the versatile X3, or just cruising a few blocks to your parents' house in the luxurious X5, the journey should be full of joy. That's the road home, and it begins now. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers, now through December 2nd. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs.
Hi, welcome to the Subway Fresh Value Meal radio ad. How would you like to hear it?
From a game show host?
All right, let's play.
Thanks, Johnny. Our lucky contestants are playing for a fresh value meal with a 6-inch sub. They'll choose from 6, including a cold cut combo or Black Forest ham, starting at $6 with a 20-ounce drink and chips. Subway, make it what you want.
Fresh value meal sandwiches are prepared in front of you at participating restaurants. Prices and subs included may vary. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. No additional coupons or discounts may be applied.
Commit to the G.
He reverses and lays it up and in. Down the line. Oh, my goodness. He split the D. Open two-handed dunk. Jordan to the right. Yeah. It falls in there. Hangs on the iron and goes.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball. Georgia basketball is brought to you by Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs, and by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 1-800-STATE-FARM or by visiting statefarm.com. Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Welcome back to the Lahaina Civic Center in Maui for the Maui Invitational opening game of our three-day event here. It's Georgia and Dayton. Let's give you the starting lineup. First for the Bulldogs, Georgia with a record of 4-0, coached by Tom Crean in his second season at Georgia. A record of 15-21 in season number 2. His starting five today will feature Donnell Gresham, Tyree Crump, Anthony Edwards, Rayshawn Hammonds, and Amande Ngumeze. And we'll step aside for just a moment. We'll give you the Dayton starting five on the other side of this timeout right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Hey, Bulldog fans! Georgia Power knows that fan energy is what makes Georgia Bulldog basketball possible. From tip-off to the final buzzer, you power us forward. That's why Georgia Power is proud to help power your community. Last year, they donated over $22 million to community improvement programs, including supporting nearly 1,300 nonprofits across the state. To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping the state power forward, visit georgiapower.com/community.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We all like to shop local, whether it's your neighborhood barber, your favorite coffee shop, or your local farmer's market. That's why I'm proud to be a member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for 85 years with one simple goal: banking on purpose. Whether they are saving you money or supporting the people, places, and teams we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. Get started today with a low-rate credit card from Georgia's Own, or visit their website at georgiasown.org to learn more. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
Cabell Philpott back inside the network studios with you. We'll get you back out to the Lahaina Civic Center in just a few moments as we count you down to tip-off between Georgia and Dayton, the first game of this year's Maui Invitational. The winner of this ball game will play the winner of Virginia Tech and Michigan State tomorrow afternoon at around, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The loser plays at 2:30 p.m. against the loser of Virginia Tech and Michigan State. Other SEC action on the hardwood this evening, starting at 7 o'clock. It's a triple header in conference. 17th-ranked Tennessee gets together with Chattanooga. Georgia Tech matches up with Arkansas at McCamish, and Atlanta and Missouri gets together with Butler. All right. Scott's ready. Chuck's ready. Tony Schiavone's always ready. Let's send it back out to Maui. Scott, ready for some hoops?
All right, Ken, yeah, ready. Apparently we had a stage show here at the gym while you were talking. A couple of songs, the national anthem, one of them, and then something that was unexpected. So thank you for doing that. And we'll continue with the starting lineups before we get the keys of the game from Chuck. Starting five again for Georgia: Donnell Gresham, Tyree Crump, Anthony Edwards, Rayshawn Hammonds, Amande Ngumeze. For Dayton, they're 3-0. Anthony Grant, the former Alabama and VCU head coach, is their head man in his third season. His starting five is Rodney Chapman, a 6'1 guard, Obi Toppin, a 6'9 redshirt sophomore. He's the first-round NBA prospect. Trey Landers, a 6'5 senior guard, Jalen Crutcher, a 6'1 junior guard, and Ryan Mikesell, 6'7. He's a graduate from St. Henry, Ohio. They've got a good lineup, and Chuck will probably allude to that in our Keys to the Game, presented by the Ford F-150. Ford has a tradition building generations of tough, legendary trucks like the Ford F-150, the official truck of the Bulldogs. For great offers, visit your local Ford dealer today. Here's Chuck with our keys. Chuck.
All right, Scott, key number 1, wake up. I mean, we got to be wide awake. It's a 9:30 a.m. tip here. That's extremely unusual to be playing college basketball. We got to be ready to play, right from the opening tip. There'll be no easing into this level of competition that Dayton will provide here this morning. And then secondly, these guys are big and they can shoot, so you're going to try to limit Obi Toppin's touches. He's the guy you're alluding to that's an incredible NBA prospect, a redshirt sophomore. He's shooting 70% from the floor, which, by the way, is impossible. But he's doing it, 70% from the floor. And then finally, Rayshawn Hammonds, he's critical today. We need him to come up big and stay out of foul trouble. He needs to be a Wowie in Maui. So, Ray Hammonds, have yourself a day, young man.
All right, I like them. Georgia in black today. That looks good. Black uniforms, a little bit of silver and red trim. Dayton, the designated home team. They'll be in white with red trim, red numbers. Starting lineups are going to be announced here in the cozy settings of the Lahaina Civic Center.
And we got we got a good contingent here. I'm proud of the fact that Dog Nation traveled out here to Maui. We had a lot of the fans that we see on a regular basis at Stegman. Of course, John Parker's here, Mike Cheek, Kevin Price, just some of our basketball supporters that have made this journey out here to Maui to be a part of this tournament and this great opportunity for the Dogs.
Yeah, it's a good turnout as the public address announcers introducing Georgia's lineup to the crowd here in the Civic Center. Amanze Ngumeze will go through it again, the 6'9 sophomore from Savannah. Anthony Edwards, 6'5", 220-pound, 25-pound freshman, McDonald's All-American in Georgia's starting five, along with Tyree Crump, the lone senior in the lineup. If you count Donnell Gresham Jr., he is a graduate transfer, so he technically is the upperclassman as well. Graduate transfer. He'll get one season in at Georgia from Northeastern. And then Rayshawn Hammonds, who Chuck wants to have a Wowie in Maui today. Hammonds has had a lot of Wowies so far. He had a big Wowie against Georgia Tech last week, 26 points and 9 rebounds.
Well, Toppin, this is a guy that's averaging right at 24 points a game and right at 10 rebounds a game, playing right at 30 minutes a game. And, shooting 70% from the floor. Well, what that tells you is that he's getting a lot of dunks. Yes. He's playing around the rim and scoring a lot. And that's not one of our strengths is inside. We don't have a real big man. So we're going to have to front him, back him, deny him the basketball.
Well, we saw Toppin's dunking ability in the pregame warm-ups. Yeah. He was electrifying the crowd here in the gym. Well, tip-off is coming up, and it's brought to you by Northside Hospital, proudly welcoming the Gwinnett Health System to its family of care. With more than 3,500 doctors and 5 hospitals, your Northside now has expanded services in maternity, orthopedics, surgery, cardiovascular, cancer, and more. Visit them at northsidegwinnett.com. Our officials today, Tim Comer, Terry Weimer, and one of our old SEC guys from years back, Tom Eads. Joe Lindsay is the alternate official today. We see Joe in Athens a lot working our games. So we're almost ready to go. Both teams are huddling up. Dayton around their head coach, Anthony Grant. Georgia around its head coach, Tom Crean. We'll hit the floor, and we'll get this Maui Invitational 2019 underway. Obi Toppin, I'm guessing he's going to jump it off for Dayton here. The 6'9", 225-pound redshirt sophomore, and Amanze Ngumeze for Georgia. And the last couple of times, Chuck, we've won the opening tap. Amanze's
tapped it out of bounds.
He gets the tap, but not under control. So here we go. Georgia's first ever visit to the Maui Invitational. And it is underway. The toss and the tap, this time controlled by Toppin and Dayton. So the Flyers will have the first possession. They'll work from right to left from our vantage point here across from the Georgia bench. Rodney Chapman to Toppin. They drop it off on the right wing to Ryan Mikesell. Move it quickly. Get it into Toppin on the block. Jump hook over Ngumeze from the right block is good. It rolled over the iron and fell through for the first points of the game.
Well, you can see the problem right away. If they get it inside to Toppin, we got a problem.
Georgia's first possession. Anthony Edwards turned it over. Here's a steal by Chapman down the lane. Layup blocked off the glass by Edwards. That's going to be a goaltend, and that'll be points for Dayton. And their guard Chapman, 4-0 Flyers. Dogs inbound. Gresham to Edwards. Into the front court to our right. Edwards looks over his left shoulder to Tom Crean. Back on the Georgia bench. Gets the call. Hammonds dribble handoff to Crump from the right wing. Over to Edwards. He works in front of the Dayton bench. Drives top of the key. Fade away two. Good. Straight away shot by Anthony Edwards. Georgia's on the board. It's 4-2.
Anthony Edwards pointing out to the official coming back down that he was hit on the hand as he was shooting.
Long three. Toppin good. High on the right wing. And Dayton with a 7-2 lead. Edwards will try to answer. Missed the three straight away off the left side of the iron. Going to carry him out of bounds over the left baseline towards the Dayton bench. It'll be Flyers basketball. 7-2. Not quite 90 seconds into the contest. Flyers will walk it up with Jalen Crutcher. 6'1 junior guard from Memphis, Tennessee. Into the front court. Still handles the basketball with a right-hand dribble. He'll lob it to Trey Landers. Landers over to Mikesell. Down low inside. There's Toppin. Works one-on-one with Ngumeze. Spin move to the baseline. Takes it to the glass. Lays it in good.
So he's got all their points, right? No, almost
he's got
all
7 of their 9.
7 of their 9. And he's 3 for 3 from the floor.
Well, they're just posting him up one-on-one with Ngumeze. We haven't really doubled him yet in that situation. We'll see if that changes over the course of this ball game. Amanze, baseline 2, long one, 18-footer right side, no good. Rebound, Dayton. Flyers push it up. They lead it 9-2. Mikesell for 3, no good from the left wing. Rebound saved by Anthony Edwards under the basket. He tried to toss it back into play, but under the basket he hit the support. That is a long pole hanging from the ceiling here in this gym.
And Scott, you can see right away the Dogs are having a lot of trouble getting to the glass, both offensively and defensively.
Well, somehow it's Georgia's basketball. I think they were going to rule it out.
Just missed it.
Dogs ball. We have the possession, trailing 9-2. Nearly got away from Crump on the right wing. Gresham has it top of the key, guarded by Mikesell. There's Crump now, dribbles off the left wing. Dayton in a tight man-to-man. Edwards has it top of the key. Chapman with him. Kick out Gresham left side. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gresham working in front of the bench. Edwards now forces a long 3, and that's an air ball and a shot clock violation. Well, they took us deep into the shot clock on that possession. Never got a good look. And Edwards had to force one up there from about 25, 26 feet.
And they realized that once Edwards got that basketball, there were 4 white jerseys on him.
So it's 9-2 still. Dayton with a basketball. They walk it into the front court with Chapman. He's wearing a face mask. One of those clear face masks. Toppin going to dribble and drive. Drives inside. Got the roll all the way to the lane. Good. We've got Rodney Howard into the game to try to mix it up on Toppin, but we haven't stopped him yet. He's got 9, and it's 11-2 Dayton.
He's got 9. We have not yet played 4 minutes.
Not the start that the Dogs had hoped for us here, certainly. Toppin is killing us here in the first 4 minutes. Gresham works left of the lanes, picks up the dribble. Mikesell knocks it out of his hands. Gresham picks up the dribble, shoots left side. They have been partially blocked out on the left wing. The 3 never made it to the iron, and then a foul on the rebound by Georgia.
The reason the 3 never made it to the iron, he got fouled. There was no whistle.
But then they called the foul on the Dogs on the rebound. Did they get Hammonds for the foul? Nope, they got, no indication. I missed the indicator. But Georgia picked up a foul, and Dayton has the basketball. 11-2. Flyers with the lead. Toppin, head of the key. Going to keep it, dribble it down the left baseline. Now he backs Rodney Howard into the paint, leans in, shoots and scores. draws a foul, flexes his right arm. He is wearing us out here in the first minutes. It's 13-2.
And Coach Crane specifically had made a substitution change, putting big Rodney Howard in there to body him up, and if you had to, foul him. But I think the object would have been to foul him and put him at the line, not to foul him as he made it and still put him at the line.
He's got 11 of their 13 points. Deep breath. Free throw, good. Obi Toppin with a dozen. And we haven't played 4 minutes. Wow. A-10 Rookie of the Year last season. First team all-conference player. He's earning those stripes here in the first 4 minutes of this game. Tumani Kamara's in for the Dogs, as well as Savir Wheeler. Savir drives around the defender, Landers, and scoops and lays it up and in as he goes out of bounds on the left baseline, and a pushing foul on Dayton. Count the basket for Wheeler. We finally get a little good news. He'll go to the line when we come back. It's 14-4. Timeout in Hawaii. Back to Maui after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Off-season for Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go Dogs wherever you go. And with Regions' Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit regions.com/go Dogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
An auto policy from State Farm gets you collision coverage. And this radio ad from State Farm gets you coverage of this beloved 90s hit.
I hit a car. I hit a car. I hit a car. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. My agent's gonna help me.
For more coverage, visit statefarm.com.
In your heart, you know it's time to get your hip repaired. You need knee surgery, but don't want it to be too invasive. You're looking for a new approach to the arthritis pain you've had for so long. At Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, we're dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility, which is why we offer personalized care from elite joint and arthritis doctors who place an emphasis on rapid recovery that can have you home within hours of surgery. Learn more at northside.com/orthopedic. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit bmwatl.com for great offers. 14-4 at the first media timeout. Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, Tony Schiavone back here in Maui for the Maui Gym Maui Invitational here in Hawaii. And the Dogs got punched in the mouth there in the first 4 minutes, Chuck.
Yeah, we're gonna have to respond. This is what Tom Crane said. He wanted to see the physical toughness, the mental toughness, to see where we are. Here's your opportunity. Obi Toppin, look, we knew coming in he was going to be a problem. He's 5 for 5 from the floor, 1 for 1 at the line. But here's the good news: he doesn't have a rebound yet. We're shutting him out on the glass. But I got to tell you right now, we have got to find an answer for number one for Dayton, or else it's going to be a long morning here in this gym, because that guy is he's putting on a clinic right now. The first time down the floor, they go inside to him. He makes a nice spin move and does a little hook shot, scores. Next time down, he pulls up and takes a three and knocks it down. So, when you got a guy that's that good inside, that good outside, he becomes a huge headache for your defense.
We haven't seen him dunk it yet, and he's 2 dunks away from 100 in his career. This is his second season for the Brooklyn, New York native to play with the Dayton Flyers. Here's Wheeler for Georgia at the foul line, and he misses the free throw. The rebound is loose on the floor. Mike Sell for Dayton goes to the floor. We tie him up, reaching in with Rayshawn Hammonds, who will help up his opponent, and the Dogs have the possession arrow. So we'll get another crack at this after Wheeler missed the free throw, and the Dogs will get a chance for points here, down 14-4. They've only missed one shot, 6 of 7 to start the ball game. And again, Obi Toppin, 6'9" forward with 12 of their 14 points. Dogs inbound. Wheeler has it. Flips it to Hammonds. Hammonds drives, and they draw the charge. Offensive foul as Rayshawn extended the forearm. And Crutcher went sliding on the floor for Dayton. That's a foul on Hammonds. That's his first and the team's second.
Boy, that's an easy call, too, when you make it that obvious, extending that forearm and just shoving the defender away. That, there's not an official in the world that's going to let that one slide.
Dayton into the front court. Chapman takes it all the way into the lane. They threw it away. They make a mistake for the first time. Turn it over. Dogs with the ball. Kamara up ahead to Wheeler. Skip pass to Crump on the right baseline. Back inside along the line to Kamara. Off his hands and out of bounds under the basket. We turn it right back over. So it'll be Dayton basketball. 14-4 our score. Flyers by 10. And they'll bring it up from right to left the length of the floor. We're seeing a lot of defense from Flyers. Of course, that's kind of a trademark of Anthony Grant coach teams. Just in your shirt, tight defense. Mike Sell almost had the ball knocked away by Hammonds from behind. Dayton maintains the possession, 15 on the clock. They go to Ryan Mike Sell, 6'7" forward, works against Edwards. He turned it over, threw it away. Edwards, or rather Wheeler's got it, going to drive inside to Hammonds, back in the lane, filling, running layup, left it short. Rebound Edwards. Here they go to Toppin, long down the floor. Toppin cradled in the ball, and then he wanted to dunk it looked like, but he ended up having to lay it up and in.
He got too far under.
Right.
He had to lean back. He was fortunate to be able to get it off the glass.
16-4. Flyers now, 14 points for Obi Toppin. Wheeler with the ball for the Dogs. Crump has it far right end of the floor here in the Lahaina Civic Center. Crump works against Chapman. Goes to Wheeler. Nice spin move, baseline, scoop shot, layup, good. That was a good-looking play by the little fella, Xavier Wheeler.
He's got 4 of our 6.
We're down 10, 16-6. Dayton's got the ball with Crutcher. He'll give it up to Ibby Watson now on the floor. Back over to Crutcher, drives baseline, floater with one hand, gets the bounce in the roll. That's a kind rim and backboard on this end of the floor. Crutcher with his first 2 points. So Dayton now with Obi and Ibby on the floor at the same time. We'll try not to confuse them. Crump, left-hand dribble drive into the paint, spin move, lost the handle, out of bounds. Dayton's basketball. Dogs have turned it over a bunch here. That's our 5th. With 13:47 to play in the first half, 18-6. Dayton with a lead of a dozen. That matches their largest lead of the half. Now Chase Johnson will enter the ball game, a 6'9" redshirt sophomore. He's a transfer from Florida.
And now Mike Peake has the unenviable task of guarding Toppin.
The Dogs 5, Peake, Gresham, Wheeler, Edwards, and Christian Brown. Dayton with the basketball. They work it around the perimeter in front of us on this left end of the floor. They go into the block. We try to tie him up. Christian Brown got hands on the ball, but Tom Eads called a foul. We were trying to reach in and tie up Crutcher, but Eads, the referee, says that Christian Brown got contact and was whistled for the violation. Dayton's ball, 18-6 is our score. Flyers lead by 12. They will throw it in front court right baseline. Toppin has it knocked away by Peake. Able to get the bounce and give it over to Jalen Crutcher. Crutcher, long three straight away off the rim, no good. Rebound from the left side. Ibby Watson came flying in on a diagonal angle and jumped in the air and got the rebound. And now a foul on Peake on Toppin, way out above the three-point arc, away from the basket.
Now, I got a problem with that, and I'll tell you what it is. You were calling earlier, you were calling Hammonds for extending the arm. That time, Toppin extended the arm, but they called the foul on Peake for blocking. That's...
18-6, Dayton. Dogs with 5 team fouls here so far. We're almost at the 13-minute mark here in the half. Toppin in the corner, works against Peake. Up the wing, it goes to Crutcher for 3. Around the rim and out, no good. Whistle on the rebound. And check a foul on Chase Johnson for Dayton. It's his first, the team's second foul. Dogs will have the possession. We're down 12, 18-6. Certainly a slow start for the Dogs. And finally, Toppin goes out of the ball game. We'll see if the Dogs can make some hay against somebody else in the Dayton 5. We didn't have much luck with that guy. He was wearing us out. Wheeler has the ball for the Dogs. Severe dribble drive, right of the lane. Jump pass across the way to Edwards. He fakes. Step back 2 on the baseline. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound tapped up, taken by the Flyers. They've got numbers. At least they had numbers. They work inside. We block the shot with Christian Brown. The Dogs take it away at the rim. Here we go up the floor, left to right. Gresham, jump pass into the left corner. Edwards along the left baseline. Spin move on the block. Had it stripped out of his hands up high. Ball is loose into the backcourt, taken by Christian Brown, and he walked. Wow. He was trying to get to the loose ball and slam on the brakes at the same time and start back in the other direction, but Christian took steps. Good hustle by the Dogs, though. It'll be Dayton's basketball just inside the half-court line, far side of the floor. 18-6, 12-point Dayton lead. Flyers inbound the ball. Chapman, 6'1" junior guard. Transfer from Chattanooga. He's from Lithonia, Georgia. He's the guy wearing the face mask. He comes near side to Ibby Watson. They lob it around the top of the key. Landers, and now back over to Dwayne Cohill, who's in the ball game. And a soft little jumper by the Flyers adds to their lead. It's 20-6. Dogs got to find a way to get some offense, which is something we haven't had a problem with through 4 games. Wheeler throws it inbounds to Fagan. He was along the baseline, fell out of bounds, and had to chunk it into Ty to keep the possession alive. Brown going to take it and drive on an angle, throws up a high, wild shot. There's Gresham for the rebound, and the follow high off the glass and good. That's a senior play right there by the graduate transfer.
You're
20-8.
exactly right, Scott. That was a senior play. That was experience.
Dayton down the lane, drop it off, hits the foot of Dayton, rolls back to one of their players. They kick out for a 3. Landers misses it to the left wing. Dogs rebound. Now Dayton missing some shots. Wheeler attacks. Wild throw back out to Fagan. He attacks, puts it up from the left side. Ty with the jumper. He pushed it up from the left side, going to his left towards the Dayton bench. He pushed it up and in. It's a 20-10 Flyer lead. Dayton moving the basketball around the 3-point line. Long rainbow 3 by Ibby Watson is good from the left wing. It's 23-10, largest lead of the game. And the Dogs throw it away, trying to go baseline on a high pass to Fagan. Went out of bounds.
Well, we're going to get a timeout here to try to get settled down and reorganized, and I think it's coming at a good time. We're down 13, but you still got 10.5 to play here in this first half.
6th turnover by the Dogs. Timeout, 23-10. Dayton leading Georgia on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit Piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We all like to shop local, whether it's your neighborhood barber, your favorite coffee shop, or your local farmer's market. That's why I'm proud to be a member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for 85 years with one simple goal: banking on purpose. Whether they are saving you money or supporting the people, places, and teams we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. Get started today with a low-rate credit card from Georgia's Own, or visit their website at georgiasown.org to learn more. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
You know, growing up in a coffee family is no different than growing up in any other family, except that we all kind of share one affinity, and that's for a great tasting cup of coffee.
Matt Siraj, 4th generation owner, Community Coffee.
I believe people can taste the difference family makes. It's a fullness in the mouth. It's a flavor impression that follows all the way through until 30 seconds after that sip of coffee. It's that rich, smooth flavor that you find in Community Coffee.
Our family story continues at communitycoffee.com.
Hey, Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, you need to head to StubHub, whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view. I would recommend the bird's eye view because the courtside thing is not all it's cracked up to be, especially when you've got 3 referees and players standing in front of you and coaches. So anyway, go with the bird's eye view. StubHub's the best place to grab one of those bird's eye view tickets, 100% verified tickets. In fact, StubHub's the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there.
I'm going to second your well-made point about these courtside seats. I mentioned in our keys to the game that we needed Ray Hammonds to be a wowie in Maui, and so far Ray's yet to scratch on the scoreboard. He does have 1 rebound, but he's also got 1 personal foul and a turnover. And we're halfway through the first half. So we need Ray to come up. We just need him to step forward here and help us out. And we got to find a way to stop that. They are really knocking down the basketball. They're shooting right now. How is this? From the floor, 10 for 15, 66.7%.
It's good stuff. We'll have to do that without Rayshawn Hammonds right now. Our 5 on the floor includes Christian Browns, Ty Fagan, Xavier Wheeler, Amanzi Ngumeze, and Donnell Gresham. And Dayton will get Jordy Chamanga into the ball game for the first time this season, a transfer from Nebraska, 6'11" and 270s from Montreal, Canada. He's been rehabbing his knee from an injury, dressed out in their last ball game. This is his first playing time. And here we see Ibby Watson with a 3 from the right wing, his second of the ball game.
Nice little step back 3.
And suddenly it's just 26-10, a 16-point lead. 10-12 to go in the first half. Gresham pushes it to Fagan. They're beating us down here in the first half, folks. Dogs got to find a way to materialize a comeback. Here's Wheeler. Got 2 guys on him. The little guy gets it to Fagan. We go to Ngumeze on the baseline. He drives for a dunk against their big guy, Chamanga.
That was impressive.
Amanze with his first 2. Dayton right back down the floor all the way to the rim. Chapman with a reaching layup from the right side. The Dogs attack quickly. Ngumeze takes a long pass, slams on the brakes, feeds it to Wheeler. 3 ball straight ahead, in and out, no good. Rebound, Brown, put back is no good, but he got fouled on the play. Christian's going to go to the foul line after the foul on Trey Landers. That's his second. (28-12).
You know, we mentioned how this tournament attracts such great competition. I'm looking up next year's invitees include Alabama, Indiana, North Carolina.
Yeah, they get the Blue Bloods in here. Brown misses the free throw for Georgia. Christian on the year, just 1 for 5 from the foul line. Second free throw by the right-hander from Hopkins, South Carolina. Strips it good, all net. His first point of the game. 28-13. Well, we're getting ours kind of like one at a time, it feels like. And they're getting theirs by the bucket load. Chapman drives right side, takes it inside against the Georgia defense. We had 3 guys there, missed the layup, rebound, tapped out, controlled by Dayton. Chapman for 3, left wing won't go. Ngumeze the rebound, left of the lane. Turns and hands it to Wheeler. Xavier drives, stops top of the key, passes on an angle in the corner to Gresham. He almost threw it away, was going to Fagan. Fagan was cutting inside, and he stuck a hand out to get the ball. Now he and Gresham are having a discussion about it as we turn it over on the far sideline.
2 Dogs going for it, and they both had if either one had left the other one alone, they'd have come up with it.
Well, I think Fagan's problem was he was on the cut after Gresham got the ball. He gave the ball to Donnell and then cut to the basket, but Gresham threw it behind him on the pass instead of throwing it on an angle to him cutting to the basket. And that created the problems, and the ball was loose, and it ends up being touched out by us for our 8th turnover of the half. 28-13, Dogs trail, less than 9 minutes to go. Half number 1 here in the Maui Invitational. Now their big guy did the same thing. Chamanga bounced pass down to the baseline, but no white shirt there to receive the pass as he throws it out of bounds. So they're not on the same page with the new guy playing. Dogs with the possession. Christian Brown holds it high, gives it to Ngumeze. His back's to the basket. He zings it out to Anthony Edwards. To Brown. Splits a double team. Jump stop down on the lane. They block his shot going up. Obi Toppin got a piece of it. He's back in. Look out. 28-13. Flyers with the lead. Watson deep straightaway three. No good. Rebound into the corner. Chased down by Crump. He grabs it with one hand near our bench. Up ahead. Ngumeze has it. Euro step into the lane, and that's a Euro travel on Amanze. We turned it over again. 9th turnover of the half. 28-13 Flyers, 8:19 to go. Let's pause. Station identification, Bulldog Sports Network. All right, we're down 15. Dayton with the ball as the Flyers will bring it in. Jalen Crutcher. Top of the key. We left him alone for a minute. He sends it over to Ryan Mikesell, the 6'7" forward on the wing. They work it back to the other side. Obi has it with Chapman. Wow, deep three. No good. Back iron. Rebound. Wheeler. Just left of the circle. They took about a 28-footer. Wheeler drives inside, jumps in the air, has the ball stripped out as he's going up. Now a scramble for the loose ball. And there's a whistle down on that far right end of the floor. And it's going to be a foul on Kamara, I think, for Georgia. Is that the call? Timeout with 7:49 to go. We'll sort it out when we come back. 28-13. It's all Dayton here early in the Maui Invitational on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Did you know that 1 in 8 Americans struggle with hunger? Yet more than 40% of the food we produce is thrown out. At Kroger, we know we can do something about this. We're donating more food to local food banks through our partnership with Feeding America. And we're working with World Wildlife Fund to end food waste. But we can't do it alone, and we hope you'll join us in creating a world with zero hunger and zero waste. Visit thekrogerco.com to learn how you can help.
Ah, the sweet sound of the chapel bell. A time-honored tradition at UGA signifying everything from acing a test to a big Bulldog win. At Ford Motor Company, we have our own tradition, too. Building the best-selling trucks in America, Ford F-Series, 42 years straight. F-150 is built to work smart and play hard. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers on F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs.
When is home more than a house? When Georgia fans and friends share the same dip, and there's nowhere else they'd rather watch the game. By creating a home buying experience centered around you, Rocket Mortgage made the complex simple. So enjoy those moments that make your house home. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. Push button, get mortgage. Call 800-QUICKEN today or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
(28-13). Dayton leading Georgia. Welcome back to Maui, the Invitational here. Georgia's first visit. Not going well here in the first half, but a lot of time remaining. Georgia's Own Credit Union takes you inside the Georgia huddle with Chuck Dowdle. Georgia's Own Credit Union, banking on purpose. Chuck, take us through the huddle.
Well, right now, Coach Green's telling the numbers aren't lying, and what's really hurting the Dogs right now are turnovers. We've got 10. You were mentioning that our points were coming one at a time and theirs were coming in buckets. Well, our turnovers are coming in buckets. Theirs are coming one at a time. They've only got 4 turnovers. So that's a statistic that's really hurting the Dogs. The other thing is we are 0 for 4 behind the arc. They're 3 for 10, so they've already knocked down 3 from behind the arc for 9 points. We're 0 for 4 there. And the other thing that's really hurting us at this point is, we're just having a hard time defending them and getting back down the floor quickly enough to get set up and get in their face or get in their jerseys, as you like to say that, Coach Grant and this Dayton team likes to do.
Georgia has turned it over 3 times in the last 100 seconds. And Dayton has given us some chances here. They've missed their last 4 field goal tries, but the Dogs are turning it over on the other end. Flyers with the ball and a 15-point lead. Chapman has it across the way. They go to Jerry Matos into the ball game for the first time. Matos, 6'5", 200-pound junior guard from the Dominican Republic. Mike Sell has it on the left side. He's guarded by Kamara with 4 on the shot clock. Almost mishandled the dribble. And then he leans in, Kamara, and draws contact from the freshman.
Tamani should have not done that. You had him in desperation mode, trying to just get one up on the glass some way, somehow. Let that go. Take your chance.
And that was a savvy move by a graduate student, Ryan Mike Sell, 6'7", forward. He was running out of time, tried to draw the contact, and he got our freshman to bite on it, but he misses the foul shot. That's Tumani's second free throw, or second foul as well. Scores 28-13 Flyers. They jumped out and grabbed a big old early lead thanks to Obi Toppin for the most part. Second free throw is good. Toppin had 14 points at the blink of an eye. He's on the floor now with Mike Peak guarding him.
And we've done a better job of denying him the basketball. But
yes. They're going to need him for the stretch run, I'm sure. So Anthony Grant using a lot of players here early in the half. Crump misses a 3 left wing. Peak misses the tap in, knocked to the floor, wanted the foul, told the official about it, didn't get the call. Dayton's got it. Crutcher catch, shoot 3. He strips it left wing, good. Jalen Crutcher, his first 3 of the game, their 4th. We've yet to hit one. 32-13. This is starting to get out of hand, if it hasn't already. Edwards dribbles slow between the circles, drives to look how many people followed Edwards. He found Jaquan Walton under the basket on the baseline, sliding under, trying to lay it in. Missed the lay-in, but got fouled.
Jaquan didn't see any action, I don't believe, against Georgia Tech.
He did not. And he and Tumani Kamara are having a brief discussion on the floor right now. A couple of our freshmen. Walton got fouled. He's going to the free throw line, his first attempt of the season. Walton, 6'7" freshman from Columbus, Georgia. Played his high school ball in Montgomery, Alabama. Free throw by the right-hander is good. That's his first point of the game.
Ray Hammond's coming back in the game.
Kamara goes out with 2 fouls, and Rayshawn back in. And Chuck in the pregame said we needed Ray to be wowie and Maui. We haven't got the wowie part yet, but again, 6:29 to go first half. Free throw good by Walton. And it's 32-15. Georgia down by 17 points. Toppin's matched up with Peak on the right block. Dayton with a basketball. They work in the front court. Mike Sell, 1 dribble, left wing to Cohill. Top of the key, now it's Matos in his fluorescent reddish-pink shoes. Dayton's guard drives off the wing. Crutcher defended well there, gives it up. Matos has it now, goes baseline, jump pass into the corner. Toppin, shot fake, got our guy in the air. They've got 2 seconds to shoot. Dayton throws up a 3, tried to fake the contact, no whistle. Air ball, we get the rebound. Hammonds, bullet pass inside to Peak. We run the floor and score on a lay-in good. That's your Swifty Car Wash Express play of the game. Foul on the other end quickly against Georgia. They got Hammonds for a push foul.
Goodness.
Dayton wanted the basket, but they're going to get free throws instead. Second foul on Hammonds. After that basket by Peak, Dayton was down the floor in about 3 seconds. 32-17. Flyers with a lead. Obi Toppin going to the foul line. 70% shooter this year. 4 of 6 in their last game. The win over Omaha last week. Free throw is good. He's got 15 points in the first half. Hammonds goes out with his second foul. He's not getting a lot of court time today. And the 2 fouls will likely keep him on the bench for the rest of this half. 5:48. Toppin rolls the second free throw in there. He's got 16 now. Christian Brown on the floor for the Dogs. Jaquan Walton, Mike Peak, Anthony Edwards, and Wheeler. And 2 of our freshmen are being coached up on the bench right now before we dribble it across the timeline. Edwards and Peak had a question for the coaching staff. They get their answer apparently, and we're ready to go down the far right end of the floor. 34-17. Dayton with the lead. Wheeler with the ball above the arc on the right side. Cross-court pass to Edwards on the left wing. He's going to do some fancy footwork and fire a 3 and fall down, trying to draw contact. Missed the 3. Around the rim and out. Dayton got the rebound. Anthony's cold today. Hasn't made a shot yet from one of those anyway. Crutcher zings it into the corner for the Flyers. Back to Crutcher. Gives it to Matos. Head fake, dribble drive, penetrate, kick out. Crutcher, long three, front of the rim, no good. Rebound. Karem's out of bounds into the Georgia bench. It'll be Dogs ball. 34-17 Flyers. Dogs with the possession with 3:08 to play, or 5:08 rather, in the first half. Wheeler trots it into the front court across the big giant logo in the middle of the floor. Wheeler attacks, left-hand dribble drive, goes inside, puts it up and down through the basket. Good.
Severe having a good game. He's doing a terrific job, but we need to give him a little help here.
No doubt. 34-19. Dogs are down 15. 4:42 to go in the half. Flyers with Cohill into the corner to Toppin. Passes it out front for a three by Matos. Around the rim and out, no good. Rebound to the Dogs. Edwards pulls it up and heads into the front court. Anthony just 1 for 6 today. Dribbles through the legs, attacks, jump pass into the paint to Peak. Off his hands to Walton. Jaquan picks it up, attacks, drives, bank shot. Oh, they call an offensive foul. Jaquan Walton made the shot, but Tom Eads says foul. Well, that may have been one of the other officials that called that play.
Yeah, well.
But they wave off the shot, and it's a foul on the Dogs. 34-19, a lot of substitutions for both teams now after the dead ball. Dogs will keep Wheeler on the floor. We'll add Crump. We got Christian Brown, Donnell Gresham, and Amanze Ngumeze back on. He's matched up with Obi Toppin, and they're talking to one another. It may be more trash than anything else. Dayton into the front court with Jalen Crutcher. Works against Wheeler. Off the wing. Has it knocked away. We go for the steal. Crutcher gets it back. Feeds Landers. He attacks. He makes contact with our guy. Lost the dribble. Gresham got the loose ball. Donnell pushes it up to Crump for three. Oh, couldn't get it to go. Wouldn't roll in. And the rebound taken by Toppin. He'll bring it up the floor by himself at 6'9". Passes back to Crutcher. Down the lane. One-handed floater good off one leg. Jalen Crutcher with 7, 36-19 Flyers.
That was a pretty look by Toppin. He knew exactly where his teammate was going to be.
Ngumeze fouled on the baseline. Toppin put his hands on him. We took a shot at going inside against the big guy. And Amanze was fouled by Toppin. That gets us into a timeout with 3:36 to go in the first half. 36-19. Dayton over the Dogs. Back to Maui after this. Bulldog Sports Network.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
The holidays are back again, which means it's time to hit the road home. Whether you're racing along winding highways in the Agile 3 Series, conquering terrain in the versatile X3, or just cruising a few blocks to your parents' house in the luxurious X5, the journey should be full of joy. That's the road home, and it begins now. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers, now through December 2nd. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs.
Rocket Mortgage created a simple home buying experience centered around you so you can focus on watching the game with friends and making your house home. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics.
Scott, I got some good news for us.
Give it to me.
We're out rebounding them 13-12, but right now there's not a lot that you can lock onto if you're a Bulldog fan.
No, just look at the shooting percentages. That'll tell you.
That tells you everything.
That's a pretty good indicator.
You want to hear them? We've got 38%. They've got 53% from the floor. Actually, closer to 54%. But the thing that's really, they've shut down Ray Hammonds. They've shut down Anthony Edwards, and we haven't gotten anything out of Tyree Crump. And so it's a struggle right now for the Dogs to dent that scoreboard.
And that's your first half recap, brought to you by Regions. Get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Georgia has the possession. We trail 36-19. Wheeler got a screen from Ngumeze out front to Brown. They pass it to Amanze. One-handed grab under the basket against Trey Landers. That was a mismatch, and Amanze scores with a lay-in. That was great awareness by Brown to get Amanze the ball. He had a size advantage in the matchup.
Yeah, and it was a nice pass underneath, too.
And Dayton, oh, wow, what a play. Looked like they were throwing it out of bounds. Chapman saved it. He threw it, jumped in the air over the inline, threw it, and bounced it off one of our guys.
Tyree Crump. He was able to get it off Crump and out of bounds, so it belonged to Dayton. I got to tell you, right now we're down 15. If we could somehow or another find a way to get this back into single digits before the half, I'd feel a lot better.
36-21 is our score. Flyers have the basketball. Crutcher with it to his right to Ibby Watson. Give it to Mike Sell. Power dribble with two hands to the basket. Missed the lay-in. He was open, too. Dogs rebound is missed. Wheeler flies down the floor, drops it off on a bounce pass to Crump. Bad pass by Wheeler. Crump couldn't save it. Dayton takes it away on the Georgia turnover. Here's Toppin coming down the lane with one hand high in the air.
That foul ought to be on top. It is on top.
They call it a charge.
Because he was putting his hand out to push the defender as he put the ball up with his right hand.
Obi Toppin with the foul. That's his first, I believe.
I think it was his second. I think that's his
You
second.
are correct. That is his second. And he's going to go out of the ball game.
Trust me, I'm counting fouls on him.
You and the Georgia bench over there as well. Dogs with the possession. And an offensive foul on Georgia. Christian Brown set a screen, and Chapman ran into it and fell to the floor. That's two on Christian Brown for Georgia. Anthony Edwards back in, and Brown to the bench.
And that's the one thing we can't afford down 15. You can't afford empty possessions where you don't even get a shot in the air.
Well, we've done that a lot. I mean, they've missed shots. We'll get the ball, we'll get the possession, then we go down and turn it up. We got 13 turnovers in the half. So we're certainly not completing the possession. In fact, we're giving it back. 36-21, Dayton with the lead. And the Flyers have the ball. Chapman on the dribble, picks up the dribble, finds Crutcher open. On the right wing, Crutcher works inside the arc right of the lane. Back out front, top of the key to Mike Sell. 12 on the shot clock. Chapman in the corner, step back three. Front rim, no good. Rebound, ripped down by Fagan. Outlet bounce pass to Wheeler. Hustles into the paint, scoops it underhand back to Fagan, and he traveled. There's another turnover. That's 14.
Without getting the shot in the air. I mean, again, you gotta get the ball in the air, towards the rim to have a chance to score, and we're not getting that.
Well, when something good happens on the defensive end, something bad on the offensive end, and that's the result. 14 turnovers in the first half. Less than 2 minutes to go. We're down 15. We're just giving too many possessions away. Flyers work it around. Crutcher top of the key. They set a screen against Edwards. Crutcher floater with one hand from the line. Missed the shot off the iron. Check a foul on Georgia. That's on Fagan. Tenth team foul on the Dogs, so they're in the double bonus. It was on Wheeler? Okay, it was on Wheeler. He indicated like 14, I thought, but Tony says the foul was on Wheeler. It was 15, not 14, so I missed a finger on the opposite side from the referee. The free throw is good, though. Dayton's giving us the finger right now, I'll tell you what. I will. 37-21. 38-21. Chase Johnson hits a pair of free throws for Dayton. So that foul was on Wheeler. If you're scoring at home, ladies and gentlemen, 38-21. Flyers by 17. Late in the first half, 90 seconds to go. Amanze stripped, turns it over. Dayton off and running. Here they come right to left. Crutcher drops it off inside. There's a foul before the shot. But they've got 2 free throws coming. That's on Crump. Fouls and turnovers. Well, we got a bunch of them here in the half. 15 turnovers by the Dogs. Jalen Crutcher at the free throw line, 6'1" junior guard from Memphis. Perfect from the line this season, 6 for 6, now 7 for 7.
Dayton with 5 turnovers.
And we're not even in the bonus yet. They've got 6 fouls. 1:26 to go. Crutcher hits both free throws. The right-hander drains them beautifully. 125, 124. We're down 19. Largest deficit of the half, 40-21. Fagan works it around the perimeter to Ngumeze. Holds it high, now puts it on the floor. Moves baby steps to his left with a dribble. Left wing to Fagan. Goes baseline. Reverse lay-in is good. He got the step on his defender, and Ty took it to the rack and laid it up and in. He's got 4. It's 40-23. Dayton will walk it into the front court. The winner plays the winner of Michigan State, Virginia Tech. That's game number 2 after hours today. The winners will match up, and the losers will meet tomorrow as well. Chapman feeds it down to Johnson. Step back 2 on the baseline. Won't go. Rebound. He airballed it, in fact. Fagan got the rebound. Long throw into the front court to Crump. Dogs working with 34 seconds to go in the half. Edwards spin move. Lost the dribble. Out of bounds. Touched out last by Dayton. And Georgia will substitute. We'll get Mike Peake into the ball game. Amanze and Ngumeze out. Dogs ball, 21 on the shot clock, 31 on the game clock, and Georgia will use a 30-second timeout. Tom Crean, with the whiteboard in hand, wants to try to get something executed here, Chuck, on the offensive end, which we've been unable to do for most of this half.
See if we can't get some points here. Just, put a little bit of a dent in this 17-point lead. You got 31.1 seconds left here in the first half, but take something positive into this locker room at halftime. The truth of the matter is, Scott, probably over the last 4 or 5 minutes, it hadn't been as bad as it was coming out of the gate. Coming out of the gate, we just got
blindsided.
It was.
We were Toppin. Obi Toppin he had both hands smacking us in the cheeks, left and right, left and right, left and right.
You are exactly right. But we've done a good job on him since that time, and we just kind of need to settle down. All these turnovers are killing us. We've been as much our own enemy here in this latter part of the first half as Dayton has been to us.
I think that's it exactly. They're 1 for their last 8, but Georgia's turned it over 15 times. I mean, we're not getting shots. The possessions are just being thrown away. See if we can get one here in the final 30 seconds of the half. We're down 17. Wheeler dribbles slowly on the logo, moves closer to the bench so he can hear the instructions of his head coach. 10 on the shot clock, 19 to go in the first half of this game. Wheeler left, bounce feed, threaded the needle to Fagan. Backdoor cut on the baseline. Ty lays it up and in. There you go. That's nice execution. Dayton will try to get points here in the final 5 seconds. Crutcher handles the basketball. He's going to take it all the way. Off balance 3 at the horn.
You're kidding me.
Look at that.
You are kidding me.
He just heaved it up there, and he got the bounce off the back iron, the side of the rim, and then it fell through good.
You know what? And that just kind of sums up the first half.
Completely.
That's the way the first half has gone for Georgia. And he literally just had to throw that up there. No way you can refer to that as a shot. And it somehow or another died on the back rim and drops in for a 3.
We had good defense on him, too. He had a hand in his face. But I told you, that rim and that backboard, very kind on this end of the floor.
And we get it the second half, and it better be just as kind.
I hope so. 43-25. Dayton bringing out the big, heavy wood stick and battering the Bulldogs in that first half. It's time now for the Georgia Power halftime report. Georgia Power brings the energy for every game day. We're going to need some of that in half number 2. And to your community, too. Visit georgiapower.com/community to learn more. So the first game of the Maui Invitational here in Maui, Hawaii, is being led by Dayton at intermission, 43-25 over Georgia. Stay tuned now for our Georgia Power halftime report with Cabell Philpott. He's in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, and coming up next on the Bulldog Sports Network.
You've been ignoring that knee pain during your morning run. You have a lot of questions about that concussion from the soccer game. That shoulder pain you've been feeling playing tennis is now chronic. At Northside Sports Medicine, we know you don't have to be a pro to be an athlete, which is why we give you access to treatment, technology, and an elite team of sports medicine doctors dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility. Call 1-855-NH-SPORT today so you can get back in the game. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world. Globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Hi, welcome to this ad for Subway Delivery. How do you want it?
I'll take the home meditation, please.
Ah, very blissful.
The path to fulfill your inner stomach, man. First, align your body with the sofa. Open your mind and order from Subway.com/delivers. Open your door to your delivery order. Open your mouth to a tasty footlong from Subway. All right.
Delivery available in selected areas. See Subway.com/delivers for details.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Show. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs. Live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, here's your host, Cabell Philpott.
Well, it was not a pretty start for the Georgia Bulldogs in their first trip to Maui as the Dogs trailed Dayton 43-25 here at halftime at the Lahaina Civic Center. It was all Flyers in the first half. The Dogs 0 for 7 from long range. Dayton 5 of 15 from beyond the arc, 15 of 31 from the floor, good for 48%. Dogs not much worse from the field goal percentage end, 46%, 11 of 24. But the Dayton Flyers just up and down the floor quickly. 43-25 your halftime score. Dayton leading your Georgia Bulldogs. Well, Georgia not the only SEC team in action tonight. This afternoon they are, but not this evening. Emerald Coast Classic campus game. 17th ranked Tennessee putting its 4-0 record on the line against visiting Chattanooga in Knoxville. Also at 7 o'clock, Georgia Tech, the latest victim of the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on Arkansas at home at McCamish at 7 o'clock. And Missouri, part of the Hall of Fame Classic, powered by Shot Tracker, Missouri and Butler getting together at 7 o'clock at the Sprint City in Kansas City. Southeast Louisiana will visit Memorial Gymnasium and take on Vanderbilt at 8 o'clock. And then at 9:30, a Legends Classic game. 18th ranked and undefeated Auburn at a neutral venue against New Mexico. The neutral venue, the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. That rounds out the SEC action. Halftime at the Maui Gym Invitational. Dayton 43, your Georgia Bulldogs 25. The Dogs will see if they can get things going here in the second half when it gets ramped up. When we return, we'll bring it back inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Check in on some games going on in the top 25, including another game happening in Maui a little bit later on, too, to be exact. That all coming up on the other side of this timeout. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, Bulldog basketball fans, listen up. When I think about great teammates, I think of Rocket Mortgage. With their innovative technology and industry-leading client support, you can count on them to get your mortgage done right. Because when it comes to buying a home, you need a teammate you can count on. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. Push button, get mortgage. Call today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Hey, Bulldog fans! Georgia Power knows that fan energy is what makes Georgia Bulldog basketball possible. From tip-off to the final buzzer, you power us forward. That's why Georgia Power is proud to help power your community. Last year, they donated over $22 million to community improvement programs, including supporting nearly 1,300 nonprofits across the state. To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping the state power forward, visit georgiapower.com/community.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Ah, the sweet sound of the chapel bell. A time-honored tradition at UGA signifying everything from acing a test to a big Bulldog win. At Ford Motor Company, we have our own tradition, too. Building the best-selling trucks in America, Ford F-Series, 42 years straight. F-150 is built to work smart and play hard. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers on F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs.
You know, Georgia peaches don't just come from Georgia. They come from farms in Georgia, worked by farmers, working hard to cultivate the crops that drive the state's economy. That's why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers, with support through advocacy and benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. Join online for just a couple bucks a year. Easy as peach cobbler.
Welcome back inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Cabell Philpott with you one final time here at the break. Dayton leading Georgia 43-25, all Flyers in the first half. Let's take a look at the top 25 scoreboard coming up a little bit later this afternoon in Lahaina. Third-ranked Michigan State will take on Virginia Tech. The winner of the Dogs-Dayton game will take on the winner of that game starting at 5 o'clock Eastern time or thereabouts. A little bit later on, the Buckeye Classic, 10th-ranked Ohio State and Kent State at 6:30. And in Maui, Chaminade takes on 4th-ranked Kansas at 9 o'clock. Halftime score, 43-25. Dayton leads Georgia. We'll send it back out to Maui right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world. Globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
Hey, Bulldog fans, it's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes, earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at SwiftyCarWash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, Tony Schiavone back here at the Lahaina Civic Center in Maui. Georgia trailing Dayton after one half of play, 43-25 at intermission here in the Maui Invitational. It's time for our Northside Hospital Impact. Northside Hospital proudly welcomes the Gwinnett Health System to its family of care with more than 3,500 doctors and 5 hospitals. Your Northside now has expanded services in maternity, orthopedics, surgery, cardiovascular, cancer, and more. Visit them at northsidegwinnett.com. First half numbers for Georgia. Our leading scorer has 6 points. Xavier Wheeler with 6. Ty Fagan with 6. Fagan 3 for 3 in the first half. Amanze Ngumeze has 4. Rayshawn Hammonds, who was our second leading scorer coming into the ball game, averaging over 17 a game. Rayshawn has more fouls than points or rebounds. 3 fouls, but has not scored and has 2 rebounds in the first half as Dayton has neutralized one of Georgia's top players. Anthony Edwards just 1 for 6 in the first half, 0 for 3 on threes. He has 2 points and a couple of turnovers. The story by Georgia, 15 first half turnovers and a dozen fouls. We're shooting 48% for the game. We're shooting 45% for the game. Dayton shooting 48% for the game. Second half is around the corner. Georgia back out on the floor. Dayton on the floor, and we'll be ready to go for half number 2 momentarily. It's 43-25 Flyers over Georgia here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
We're getting you in the zone. Brought to you by AutoZone.
Stolen by Edwards. Shoot by Hammonds. Left-handed jam.
Need to get the job done fast? AutoZone can help. Visit AutoZone.com and start the job with free next-day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Get in the zone. AutoZone. The second half is coming up next. This is Bulldogs basketball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SEC basketball is back on SiriusXM. We've got 24/7 talk and analysis on SiriusXM SEC Radio from hosts like me, Chris Childers, Peter Burns, Pat Bradley, and more, as well as live play-by-play. Listen to your favorite team live for $4 per month as long as you're a student. Subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Hoops.
Everyone knows the star players on the court, but what about the ones off the court? Nissan Intelligent Mobility Technologies are calling the shots. They can lend a hand all on their own, whether you're in game day traffic or pivoting into those tight arena parking spots. And when the opposing team's fans suddenly break in front of you, it can even help you stop, so you can keep cheering come game time. Nissan Intelligent Mobility, it's a game changer.
Get to Nissan, a proud partner of the UGA Bulldogs.
Please see owner's manual for important feature information.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Holiday Inn Express wants to let you in on a little secret. Members can now get up to 25% off at holidayinexpress.com during our cyber sale. We'll even throw in free breakfast. Just kidding. Breakfast is always included in your stay at Holiday Inn Express. Book now and save at holidayinexpress.com. Terms apply.
Hi, welcome to the Subway Fresh Value Meal radio ad. How would you like to hear it?
From a game show host?
All right, let's play.
Thanks, Johnny. Our lucky contestants are playing for a fresh value meal with a 6-inch sub. They'll choose from 6, including a cold cut combo or Black Forest ham, starting at $6 with a 20-ounce drink and chips. Subway, make it what you want.
Fresh value meal sandwiches are prepared in front of you at participating restaurants. Prices and subs included may vary. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. No additional coupons or discounts may be applied.
(43-25) the score at the half. Dayton got a prayer three to end the first half, go into the locker room. Jalen Crutcher's hoist rolled in there with a lot of help from the rim. And we're almost ready to go. There was apparently, Chuck, some sort of little skirmish, perhaps, over at the end of the half by Georgia's bench between one of our guys and one of Dayton's guys. We're trying to get the rundown on exactly what happened.
Well, it was Chapman was who was involved in the skirmish over in the corner, or whatever it was that took place. But I know Coach Crean was pointing at it. The officials have been, and Tony went over to get an explanation, and he's come back now to join us. So maybe Tony can give us a quick explanation of what happened. What'd you find out?
Hi, this is In the Huddle with Tony Schiavone. I talked to one of the Dayton players thought when he had turned around, the Georgia player had reached from the bench and pulled his shirt out from underneath his pants.
So he just thought that.
He thought that. And so it apparently didn't happen.
That was the extent of it?
That was the extent of it.
Okay. Dayton gets the ball to start the second half.
Of course they do. Everything else has been their way.
They'll work on the far right end of the floor. We're down around the foul line on the left end of the floor. Here's Chapman. Going to penetrate left edge of the lane. Jumps in the air, drops it off on a bounce pass to Trey Landers, but he throws it away. Turnover by Dayton to start the second half.
All right, so far we've got no points off their turnovers. They've gotten a total of 14 points off of ours. So, look, we got to capitalize when they make mistakes.
Wheeler into the lane, down the baseline, kick out to Edwards, top of the key. Reach in foul on Rodney Chapman, the wearer of the face mask. That'll be his first. Georgia will inbound. Front court right in front of us. Our location across from the Georgia bench. Wheeler down the lane, throws it up over the iron, no good. Obi Toppin got the rebound, and Ngumeze fouls him unnecessarily.
No, you know what?
Or they get Wheeler on that?
They got Wheeler, and you were right.
Oh, my goodness.
You made the right call. They made the wrong call.
Oh, jeez.
It was Amanzi that fouled him, but they gave it to Sabir.
Amanzi and Toppin have been matched up with each other for much of the ball game thus far. They're doing a lot of talking with each other. Dayton with the ball and an 18-point lead here early in the second half. First game of the Maui Invitational. Michigan State, Virginia Tech are next. And the winners and losers from our game and their game will be paired up tomorrow. Chapman down the line, crossover dribble, got Hammonds going left, and Chapman cut back right and right down the lane, uncontested lay-in good. That was nifty. Rayshon's playing with 3 fouls. He got them all in the first half, by the way, and he's yet to score in the ball game. Wheeler, top of the key, flips it back to Edwards. Hand off to Hammonds. To Gresham, between the circles. Feeds it to the right to Wheeler. Wheeler curls down inside the 2-point line. Kick out to Hammonds for a 3. There's our first of the game. Rayshon with his first points.
Ray, why'd you wait so late here?
That 3-pointer brought to you by Scana Energy. I'm just glad he got it. Chapman answers with a quick 3 for Dayton. Georgia goes inside to Ngumeze. He misses the lay-in. Rebound knocked down to Hammonds. He'll lay it in from the left side. So back-to-back buckets by Rayshon Hammonds. It's 48-30. Dayton with Mikesell into the paint on the dribble. And right in front of the basket, rolls it up and in good. Ryan Mikesell, 6'7" graduate guard, or forward rather. Now that's his first field goal of the game. So he's got 3. It's 50-30, 20-point lead for the Flyers. Edwards feeds Hammonds inside the arc, and an offensive foul.
That's his 4th.
4 on Rayshon Hammonds. He was a spin move, and Dayton took the contact, fell to the floor, and they called an offensive foul on Hammonds.
That was a tight call. You could have just as easily called that a block.
Yeah, Rayshon sitting on the floor, not really in agreement with the call. His mouth was agape after he got the whistle against him. 50-30. Flyers by 20 with the possession. coming up.
I will say this, what that tells you is Dayton had scouted Georgia well enough to know. They know that when Rayshon hit that's a move he likes to make, and they slid immediately, creating the bang-bang play.
Chapman, penetrate, kick out left corner. Up the wing, Mikesell, rotate the ball to Crutcher. Goes on the right side of the floor now. Chapman's got it with 10 on the clock. Got a screen, shoots a three, off the rim, no good. One-handed rebound, Landers. He just pushed our guy down to the floor, and that's an easy foul call to make on Trey Landers. He just shoved our guy. That's 3 on him. He shoves our guy to the floor to get the rebound. It'll be the Dogs' ball after the foul on Dayton. Landers goes out. Standing ovation from the Flyer fans behind their bench.
I don't blame him for taking a chance with that, because not all of those calls, even that obvious, have gone against Dayton.
Gresham drives against Crutcher, gives it to Wheeler. Backdoor feed, Kamara, blocked from behind by Mikesell. No easy baskets for Georgia, as Kamara was going in for the two-handed dunk, but Ryan Mikesell, who had gotten beat off the dribble by Kamara, recovered to defend and knock the ball out of his hands from behind.
Wasn't that a beautiful pass from Wheeler?
It was. Kamara going to the foul line after the foul by Ryan Mikesell. 2 shots coming. Clock stops. 17:04 to play in this ball game. Kamara, left-handed shooter. Too much muscle on the free throw. Hit the back rim, no good. Tumani looking for his first points of the afternoon. Kamara, 6'8", 220-pound freshman from Brussels, Belgium. Second free throw, going to roll in there good. First point of the contest for Kamara. It's 50-31. Georgia came into this game averaging 92 points a game, 4th highest scoring offense in the nation. Toppin, long 3, forces it up there, too deep, off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Edwards for Georgia. Anthony will bring it into the front court, feed Wheeler, back to Edwards straight away. Kicks it on the right side. We go on the baseline with Kamara, nothing there. Back out on the wing to Ngumeze, pushes it to Wheeler, alley-oop down low. Anthony catches it on the floor and then goes up and lays it up and in.
Severe Wheeler's got the best vision on the floor of any player that we've had here for a while.
50-33, 17-point lead for Dayton. First points of the half for Anthony Edwards, his second basket of the game. Dogs play a man-to-man defense. Toppin, overhead pass into the right corner. Give it back to Toppin. Comes in for a one-handed jam over Ngumeze. Missed it. Fell to the floor. Off the rim. High rebound taken by the Dogs. We run down the floor, push it up with an Edwards 3. That's no good. Ngumeze got the rebound, and the putback will go, and he got fouled. Amanze trying to get his team going out there. He's the one showing the most energy in black right now. We got a timeout. Dogs are going to be at the line when we come back. Amanze Ngumeze. Nice job on the defensive end, and then back here to get the points, and he's going to the line when we come back. 50-35. Dayton leads Georgia on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Infrastructure. Have you really stopped to think about what that means to you? Airports, hospitals, education, and economic centers, all built to elevate our lives. But who builds them? The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613, believes we should be those people. It's why we train 5 years in the heat, the cold, day or night, rain or shine. We create a better life for everyone. IBEW Local 613, everyday people committed to building an extraordinary world.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore. It's where dogs shop.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of UGA football, and every Dogs fan deserves to save money. Get fired up about our low natural gas rates and switch to Scana Energy by calling 877-GO-SCANA or visiting scanaenergy.com. Between the hedges and beyond, Scana Energy is a winning play. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to start saving on your natural gas today.
Back in Maui, Lahaina Civic Center, 50-35. Dayton leading Georgia with 15:58 to play in the ball game. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. For every 3-point shot made by the Dogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. We've only got 1 3 today, and it came a few moments ago. Rayshawn Hammond's got his first points of the ball game. Yeah, with a 3-pointer, and he got 2 quick baskets. Actually had 5, and then he picked up his 4th foul, so he's on the bench.
We're 1 for 9 behind the arc. They are 6 for 18. They're hitting a third of theirs behind the arc for those threes, knocking them down. But again, turnovers, we've got no points off of turnovers, 0 points off turnovers. They've now got 18 points. I'm sorry, they've got 14 off of turnovers. And that's what's really making a difference here. Is the mistakes that we're making, they're capitalize on them. When they make a rare mistake, we have not been able to capitalize.
The Dogs are -9 in turnover difference there. We've got 16. They've made 7. And as Chuck pointed out, they're scoring points off our mistakes. And Georgia is not scoring off Dayton mistakes. Amanze, 3-point play opportunity at the line for a free throw. The right-hander spins it, misses the shot. We get the rebound with Kamara. Put it back up and in. Tumani fighting for the rebound. Got the tap off Edwards' hands. Put it up and in off the backboard.
Hey, don't look now, but this is a 13-point game.
50-37. I got to look.
Well, this is as close as we've had it in a while.
Toppin, hands off out on the perimeter. Chapman almost got away with a walk. Look,
that was a conspicuous walk.
He definitely got away with it.
I don't know how they didn't blow the whistle there.
6 on the shot clock. Crutcher, 3, good.
Well, that was courtesy of the officials because the officials totally missed a travel. Just flat out missed it.
53-37. That's Crutcher's 3rd 3 of the game. He's got 15. Jalen Crutcher from Memphis, Tennessee. Preseason All-Atlantic 10 selection. They've got a couple of those guys on this roster. All-conference preseason picks. Ngumeze drives, reaches, scoop shot, wedges between the rim and the backboard.
Still our ball.
Dogs have they go to the alternating possessions, and we still have the arrow on our side. Shot clock reset to 30. Now they adjust it to 20. 53-37. Georgia trails. We haven't led all day. In fact, we were down 14-2 before the first media timeout. Edwards, long inbounds to Wheeler. Severe into the paint, dribbles behind the back, kicks out to Anthony Edwards. Anthony mishandles dribble, picks up the loose ball to Wheeler with 11 on the shot clock. Wheeler trots right wing out front between the circles, goes to Edwards. Time for him to create, missed the 3. Peake got the rebound, got pushed.
Fouled him.
Oh,
no way!
Oh, they called Peake out of bounds.
No way!
The guy shoved him out of bounds. Oh, that was brutal.
Oh, my goodness.
You missed that one.
Wow.
You missed that one. You missed that one badly.
Tony, did you bring these guys all the way out here to Maui?
That was either Tim Comer or Terry Weimer. I'm not sure which one that is. That was Weimer. Thank you, Tony. So Terry Weimer with the missed call, and now a foul on the Dogs on the other end. And that'll put Dayton on the baseline to inbound the basketball. 53-37, just brutal call on the other end on the possession. And we need all the possessions we can get at this point. Georgia's down 16 with 14:29 to go. The ball boys are out mopping up the floor here. It's a little warm in the building. They've got the fans going and a little AC, but
Severe Wheeler coming out of the game. He's been one of the few guys that's really created a huge problem for Dayton. They don't have anybody to match up with him.
Crutcher to Toppin on the block. We were late guarding. Edwards got over late, but by then Toppin already had the ball and was putting one dribble on the floor and an easy lay-in for the NBA prospect Toppin. His first points of the half, he's got 18 in the game. 55-37. Dayton with a big lead. 14 minutes to go in the contest. Kamara, the freshman, drives through. Running layup, attempt won't go. Rebound with one hand. Chase Johnson, the Florida transfer, to Crutcher. Long pass up the floor, hit the backboard. Karams down to Kamara for Georgia. We take it the other way. Crump. 3 ball from the right wing. No good. Rebound chased down in the corner by Dayton. They get it out of the corner. We had a defender on Cohill who was trapped in the corner. But he got the pass falling out of bounds up the wing to Toppin, and Dayton has the possession. Dogs 1 for 11 on 3-point shots today. Edwards is 0 for 5. Crump's 0 for 3. And we got a foul on the Dogs. Christian Brown comes in for Tumani Kamara, who heads to the bench. Dayton to inbound. Next to their bench, far side of the floor in the front court. As Watson lobs it into Crutcher. And now another foul. Christian Brown. That'll stop the clock. That was a good call. Brown reaching for the...
One of the rare good calls that they've made here in the second half.
That's 3 on Brown. Hammond's on the bench with Georgia, for Georgia, with 4 fouls, by the way. Did they get... Peak comes out of the ball game. They didn't call it on Peak, did they? He's the one that came out.
No, they called it on Brown.
Okay, well, he's on the floor still with 3. Long jumper, Watson left of the circle is no good, and the Dogs get the rebound. Here's Fagan for 3. All good. Another Scana Energy 3-pointer. Ty Fagan with the 3. His first of the game, first points of the half. He's got 9. And that is a career best for Ty Fagan, the sophomore from Logtown, Georgia. Dayton driving in. Watson layup around the rim and off. No good. They tapped it up, tried to get it in. It's called basket interference, though, on Dayton.
And we've gotten to a point now where I'm shocked when they make the right call. I mean, that's the thing. But that was the right call.
It's 55-40. Dogs are 15 down. We've got Fagan, and Rodney Howard comes back into the ball game. 6'11" freshman from Ypsilanti, Michigan. Christian Brown, Gresham, and Crump. And this is Gresham driving, falling down, sliding on the floor, and his shot went. I'm not sure exactly how that went, but we'll take it. It's 55-42. It's a 13-point lead for Dayton. Crutcher left open for a 3. Good. Gresham was late getting to him defensive. Got an arm up and a hand in the face, but it was too late. Crutcher had already measured it. He's got 18. Offensive foul on the Dogs. As we come down to set up, we don't even get into the setup. Into the half-court set. Well, foul was on Rodney Howard. That's his second. Timeout. 12-12 to go in the ball game. 58-42. Dayton leading Georgia. We'll be back to Maui and the Maui Invitational after this. Bulldog Sports Network.
Ah, the sweet sound of the chapel bell. A time-honored tradition at UGA signifying everything from acing a test to a big Bulldog win. At Ford Motor Company, we have our own tradition, too. Building the best-selling trucks in America, Ford F-Series, 42 years straight. F-150 is built to work smart and play hard. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers on F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The holidays are back again, which means it's time to hit the road home. Whether you're racing along winding highways in the Agile 3 Series, conquering terrain in the versatile X3, or just cruising a few blocks to your parents' house in the luxurious X5, the journey should be full of joy. That's the road home, and it begins now. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers, now through December 2nd. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs.
Hi, welcome to this ad for Subway Delivery. How do you want it?
I'll take the home meditation, please.
Ah, very blissful.
The path to fulfill your inner stomach, man. First, align your body with the sofa. Open your mind and order from Subway.com/delivers. Open your door to your delivery order. Open your mouth to a tasty footlong from Subway. All right.
Delivery available in selected areas. See Subway.com/delivers for details.
Hey, Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, you need to head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's-eye view, StubHub, the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. StubHub's the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there. Dogs break out of their huddle. Georgia with the black unis here as the designated visiting team in this first contest of the Maui Invitational, hosted by Chaminade. And they'll play Kansas later today. And the next game after us will be Michigan State, Virginia Tech, and then one of the other matchups, the final other matchup is UCLA and BYU. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification here on the Bulldogs Sports Network. (58-42). Dayton with the lead and the ball. 12-12 to go in the contest. We've got it to 13 a couple of times here in the half, but
yeah, we can't get it over that hump.
We can't get a little bit better than that.
Back into single digits, just down 16 now. If we could just do some work, get it back down to 9.
17 turnovers in the game by Georgia, 18 fouls, exceeding the number in both categories that Dayton has. Flyers with the basketball. They rotate around the perimeter, go on the left wing in front of their bench. This is Cohill to Crutcher. Lob down deep on the block to Chase Johnson. Had the ball knocked out of his hands, but he went right to Trey Landers, and he scored on a lay-in. When things are going right, they're going right, right?
Yeah, that's the truth.
And they're going Dayton's way today. It's 60-42. Crump down the lane, has his pocket picked. Here's Cohill off and running, 1-on-2. He's fouled by Gresham from the left, running down the floor. And we got another dead ball timeout. 11:29 to go. 60-42. Dayton by 18. Back in a moment on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit Piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Off season for Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go Dogs wherever you go. And with Regions Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit Regions.com/Go Dogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Did you know that 1 in 8 Americans struggle with hunger? Yet more than 40% of the food we produce is thrown out. At Kroger, we know we can do something about this. We're donating more food to local food banks through our partnership with Feeding America. And we're working with World Wildlife Fund to end food waste. But we can't do it alone, and we hope you'll join us in creating a world with zero hunger and zero waste. Visit thekrogerco.com to learn how you can help.
BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. 60-42. We might need to get in a BMW to assure ourselves of a comeback. We're down 18.
I can tell you, two really bad categories are fouls and turnovers, and we've almost doubled them in both. We have doubled them in turnovers, 18-9, but we've almost doubled them in fouls. We've got 19 to their 10. This has certainly just not been the way that this Georgia team wants or needs to play, particularly at this level of competition.
And Dayton's 1-2 punch of Jalen Crutcher and Obi Toppin, both all-conference selections, both with 18 points today. And Georgia hasn't really had an answer, although Toppin's point accumulation has slowed down significantly after the first 10 minutes of the ball game.
I tell you what, the only guy that we've had that's given us consistent, trouble for Dayton's defense is Severe Wheeler. He's got 3 assists. He's got 6 points.
Cohill with the free throw for Dayton. Rolls it in there good. Dwayne Cohill, 6'2" guard from Cleveland, Ohio. Hit them both. His first 2 foul attempts of the season. And he makes good on it. So it's back up to a 20-point lead now, 62-42. Dogs with the possession. We work on the left end of the floor from our vantage point. Crump's got the ball left wing. Drives around a screen from Brown. Gives it to Gresham. Donnell drives. His defender fell down way back.
We threw it off the official.
He threw it off Tom Eads. It hit him, and I guess he was standing out of bounds. Or now it's Dayton's basketball, says Tom Eads. He explains it to Georgia's head coach, Tom Crean.
Tom knew. He had the best view of anybody.
So would that be our 20th turnover then?
That's what that would be.
Or is that 19?
I believe that's... No, that is 19. You're correct.
62-42. It's way too many. I know that. Cohill runs into a triple team. Backs it out. Step back 2. Landers left of the lane. No good. Rebound Hammonds. He plays with 4 fouls down the middle of the floor. 10:45 to go. Johnson, Chase Johnson, the 6'9" Florida transfer from Ripley, Virginia, fouls Hammonds on his drive down the lane. That is the second on Chase Johnson. Crump goes out of the ball game. Dogs with Wheeler and Fagan, who's our leading scorer with 9. Peak back in, Gresham and Hammonds. Rayshon to inbound, almost under the basket. Fires it into Donnell Gresham on the left side of the floor. Fagan's got it between the circles. Not guarded tightly. Double screen out front. Fagan pick him up with Toppin. He feeds Gresham in the corner. Top of the key to Hammonds for a 3. Missed everything. Air ball out of bounds. Wow. Peak falls into the seats behind the basket. Mike Peak helped out.
All right, Ray is just having a really, really tough day. That was a wide open, no defense 3, and he missed everything.
Maybe too much dancing at the luau last night. 62-42. 20-point Dayton lead. Flyers and Georgia have only played once. That was way back in 1973. Dayton won that ball game, and they're up 20 here with 10:05 to go. They've got 6 on the shot clock. Toppin's got the ball. He's double teamed right of the lane. They throw it back out front. E.B. Watson drives closer on the jumper, and that's a shot clock violation as he missed the rim with the jump shot. They got the rebound.
He hit the
backboard, didn't hit the iron.
Are you sure?
I thought it was a shot clock violation. That's what they called.
Yeah, I thought it hit the iron. I got to tell you, that'll go in our favor, and I'm glad, but I thought the ball hit the iron.
Well, the officials are going to talk about it. Anthony Grant didn't like the call. He's letting the officials sort it out. From way back here at this angle, I didn't think he got the iron. I thought he hit the
backboard inside,
and it carried him down.
All right. He did not hit the iron. All right. Cabell Philpott back in the studio.
Well, he's got a monitor. Cabell's got a replay.
Yep.
Look at the view. So he said it did not hit the iron. The proper call was made. It is a shot clock violation on Dayton, so it'll be the Dogs' ball. 9:56 remaining. 62-42. We trail by 20. We haven't led today. I think we were behind when we got off the bus. Wheeler, right-hand dribble through the circle. Right side of the floor, backdoor feed to Edwards coming along the right baseline. Took it on a bounce feed, went up with it and got fouled. Anthony's going to the line.
Again, you see a situation where Severe Wheeler creates problems for Dayton's defense. He penetrates into the paint, and as the defense starts to convalesce around him, he feeds a little bounce pass to Anthony Edwards cutting down the baseline. Just beautiful. Wheeler's just doing really nice things on the floor that are causing problems for Dayton.
Free throw is good by Edwards. Substitution for the Flyers. Cohill goes out and Crutcher is back in. Edwards at the line for one more foul shot. Anthony on the year at 69%. He hits 2 here. I have a feeling he's better shooter than 69%. He was 7 of 10 in the win over Tech last week back in Athens. 62-44, Flyers lead. They've got the ball. Obi Toppin guarded by Gresham in this arrangement. Dogs have gone to a zone. Rotating zone at that. We've got Hammonds back in the right corner in this 2-3. Steal by Gresham. Gets the handle to the rim. Lay in. Good off the window. 6 for Gresham. Timing. That was very nice. The grad transfer from Northeastern with a bucket to make it 62-46. Dogs finally get points off of Dayton turnover. That's their 11th for the ball game. And that's 4 points now for Georgia after Dayton mistakes. Crutcher to Toppin. Peak. Bodies up. Hammonds joins in late for a double team. Toppin rolls it in over both of them. Toppin now with 20. He averages almost 24 a game in their first 3 games of the season. Dayton with a steal, got the loose ball, saved it from out of bounds, up ahead to Landers, to Crutcher, back to Landers. In traffic, clobbered under the basket by Mike Peak. Coming in for the shot block, bodies collide under the basket. That's the oohing and the awing that you heard.
I got to tell you, the more I watch Toppin, the more I think that's going to be a very rich young man.
I think you're right. He seems to have the game designed for the next level where they do pay him a lot of money. Matt Landers going to the, Trey Landers, going to the foul line. For the Flyers, 2 for 4 from the stripe so far this season.
That's a forgivable.
I'm already thinking about Saturday. Landers' free throw is up and in. Trey, a 6'5" senior guard from Dayton, Ohio, averaging 9 points a game for the Flyers this season. Another free throw attempt on the way. The right-hander puts it up, and it rolls in there good. He's got 4 in the game today. 66-46. They maintain the lead at 20 again. They're kind of keeping us at more than arm's length. Wheeler curls around under the basket along the left baseline. And there was a foul in there somewhere as I was screened out by multiple bodies in our lovely courtside seat. That's going to put Wheeler on the free throw line.
What do we list Severe?
5'10".
I don't know what day they measured him on, but
when he had his heels on. Free throw, round the rim and good for Severe. He's got 7 in the game, his first point of the half. 66-47. Second free throw for the freshman from Houston. That one bounces out, no good. Dayton with the possession. Toppin in the backcourt. Up ahead to Chapman. Dogs had a little backcourt pressure that time to force Dayton to use a little bit of clock. And it was Chapman and Toppin that brought it into the front court. Under 8 minutes to go. Flyers with the ball. They move it quickly around the perimeter. 4 to shoot. Now. Matos. Jump pass into the corner. Toppin 3 at the horn. Good. It's stuff like that that's going to make them a lot of money.
Yeah. You could see it's just written all over him.
You heard the horn sound, the buzzer sound on the shot clock, and the 3 went in right there for Toppin. Well, Wheeler's drive to the basket.
And he should have been fouled.
Comes out empty. Yeah, he was fouled definitely, but the shot was no good. The rebound went to Dayton. They miss a 3 by Chapman on the other end and get the rebound in the corner.
They'll run some clock now. Or not.
Chapman 3 from the left side is no good. Gresham tried to save the rebound out of bounds, but he could not. Dogs out on Georgia. It could be Dayton basketball after the timeout. 7:08 to play. 69-47. It's all Dayton this afternoon in Hawaii on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey Bulldog fans, Georgia Power knows that fan energy is what makes Georgia Bulldog basketball possible. From tip-off to the final buzzer, you power us forward. That's why Georgia Power is proud to help power your community. Last year, they donated over $22 million to community improvement programs, including supporting nearly 1,300 nonprofits across the state. To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping the state power forward, visit georgiapower.com/community.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey Bulldog fans, it's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes, earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at SwiftyCarWash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
College basketball's back on Sirius XM, 24/7 talk and analysis, as well as live play-by-play on SEC Radio. You can learn more at SiriusXM.com/college hoops. We've got college hoops in Maui for the next 2 days after today. 3 days of this tournament. Folks in this area always anxiously, eagerly await the arrival of all 8 teams, or the 7 teams, plus Chaminade's the host every year, and all their fans. And this is one of the great holiday events in college basketball.
No question. You see this packed gym, too, just to watch these teams play. Scott, and if this score stands up and we do, in fact, lose this game, we would be at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning Maui time, which would be, again, 2:30 Eastern time. Right?
Yes, that's correct. Same start time tomorrow.
And we would play the loser of the Michigan State-Virginia Tech game?
Yes, that is correct as well.
So that'll be a challenge no matter who we play tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a good field. I mean,
it really is.
There's not a lot of weak sisters in this draw, and then that's usually the case. That's why it's always one of the best exempt tournaments anywhere. It's a quality field. Gonzaga won this thing last year, beat Auburn in the championship. Three-pointer Dayton on the inbounds. They throw it in the right corner to Matos, and he missed the three. The Dogs get the rebound. 6:56 to play in the contest. Georgia's down 22, 69-47. Xavier Wheeler with the ball on the right wing. Kills the dribble now, looks for help. Bounces it down low into the corner. Anthony Edwards, and foul on Edwards. Offensive foul. They said he cleared out, swinging their arm around. And that's... Is that the first on Edwards? Wow. That anybody has their first foul for us is amazing. No, that's 2 on Anthony.
Yeah, that's 2. I thought he'd had one earlier. Wheeler, though, continues to give Tom Crean an option to play downhill, which, Georgia basketball has not had for a while.
Dayton called for a travel. Our defense was chasing the ball all over the floor. Dayton had a couple of guys wide open on the left wing, and for some reason, Crutcher, he wasn't being pressured. He found it necessary to travel with the basketball. He started his drive. 6:28 on the clock, 69-47, Dogs ball. Wheeler curls down inside, has his shot blocked. He's the little guy. He got it swatted out of there. And here's Dayton off and running, and they're going to get Hammonds for his 5th foul on the other end. Obi Toppin down the lane. And Hammonds thought he got ball to strip it out, but the official said, that's your 5th foul, young man. And so that will disqualify Rayshawn from the contest, and that'll put Obi Toppin, the 6'9" redshirt sophomore from Brooklyn, on the foul line. So the Dogs will use their allotment of time to substitute after a foul out.
And Ray needs to, just as quickly as possible, put this one aside. You get over it, and come back tomorrow, be ready to play, and show us who he is. As we have seen, over the early part of this season, when he's been so instrumental in helping the Dogs and being a key part of the victories Georgia's had.
Yeah, Hammond's line today, just 5 points, 2 for 4. Got into first half foul trouble with 3. And he didn't score until the second half. Free throw by Toppin is good, so he's fouled out of the ball game. And he's been integral, as you pointed out, Chuck, to Georgia's first 4 victories this season. Free throw good by Toppin again. He's got 25 today. Ray came in averaging over 17 points a ball game to go with 11 rebounds. We didn't get that kind of production out of him today. Here's Edwards through a double team from the right wing. Hops into the lane. Foul. Whistle on Dayton. Going to put Edwards at the line. No, it will not put him at the line. Yes, it will put him at the line.
Yeah,
he wasn't shooting really, but
no, but I think it's 1-1, isn't it?
Hey, this guy's saying 2.
Wow. Well, maybe he meant he was thinking of
that guy's saying 1-1.
Yeah, okay. I think it is 1-1.
It should be. It's their 8th team foul. We missed the front end of the 1-1. A rebound tipped up, tapped out, still being tapped, batted around. Volleyball here at Lahaina Civic Center. Out of bounds, touched out by Dayton at half court. That ball got knocked back, and into the TV area down to our right. (71-47). Dayton winning big today with 5:57 to go. Crump to inbound, right around half court. Throws it into the back side to Wheeler. He'll dribble it across, and the Dogs start the rotation. Anthony Edwards off the left baseline, drives to the basket. He's double teamed there, and the ball taken away by the big guy, Chimanga, at 6'11", 270. Dayton comes out of there with it. Dogs turn it over again. 21 turnovers by Georgia. Ouch. Crutcher by Kamara to the rim. Lay-in. Rolls off the iron to the left. No good. Dogs rebound the miss. Wheeler down the floor. Drops it down low to Kamara. He catches it on the turn and under the basket. Puts it up and in off the glass.
Another assist for Wheeler. Nice soft touch pass. And then that was beautiful finish, too.
Savir and Tumani seem to be on the same page. They play pretty well together. A little high-low action, which is good to see for the 2 freshmen. 71-49. Dayton, big guy, offensive foul. He just wiped out Kamara, just jumped right into his chest, and they call the charge on the big 6'11" Chimanga from Canada, transfer from Nebraska. I would say he might be the biggest guy in the state of Nebraska when he was there. Even bigger than their football players.
He's good size.
It's 6'11". They don't have too many football guys on the Cornhuskers squad that are 6'11".
You take one look at him and you think tight end.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he left. Don't want to play football. 71-49. Dogs trail. Here's Kamara for 3. Well, they say it was a 2-point attempt. It was no good nonetheless. And the rebound tapped out by Dayton. It'll be Georgia basketball near our bench, far side of the floor. 4:41 to go. Christian Brown slaps the basketball, overhead pass into Wheeler in front of our bench. Flips it over to Kamara. Sees an opening down the lane, drives. Chimanga filled the lane, made contact. Kamara missed the shot. Whistle blows. And they get a foul on Dayton. That's going to put us at the line now, I do believe. 2 shots. It's going to be Christian Brown shooting. Brown, 6'6" freshman, 215 pounds from Hopkins, South Carolina. In one of the exhibition games that Georgia had against Charlotte on the road, he scored 14 points in 15 minutes on the floor. He sinks the free throw here. We could use that kind of production in the last 4:35, Christian, if you got it in you, buddy. 71-50, we're down 21.
Got a wet spot that Christian identified there around the free throw line. He'd like them to attend to. Let's see if they can.
Here comes one of the towel boys.
You do not want wet spots on the floor, particularly in that area. You get somebody hurt in a hurry.
Christian Brown with a second free throw after they mop up the floor. 4:35 remaining in the contest. Free throw short, front rim, no good. Rebound taken by Cohill. Dwayne Cohill, the 6'2 guard from Cleveland. Dayton with an impressive showing here in this opening game of the Maui Invitational today. They lead Georgia by 21. They've got the ball, 14 on the shot clock. Work it around the perimeter. Cohill, Crump matched up temporarily, and then they switch defensively. Try to go down to Landers posting up. We tipped the ball. We tried to run out with a steal and then turned it back right back over. Dayton had barely left the front court area as we were trying to run it out. Well, they throw it inside to the big guy. We strip him out of bounds. Chimanga had it ripped out of his hands as he was going up for the shot. But the ball will still be Dayton's possession after the timeout. 4 minutes to go in the game. 71-50. Flyers over the Dogs. Back to Maui in the Maui Invitational after this. Bulldog Sports Network.
You've been ignoring that knee pain during your morning run. You have a lot of questions about that concussion from the soccer game. That shoulder pain you've been feeling playing tennis is now chronic. At Northside Sports Medicine, we know you don't have to be a pro to be an athlete, which is why we give you access to treatment, technology, and an elite team of sports medicine doctors dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility. Call 1-855-NH-SPORT today so you can get back in the game. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
When you're getting ready to cheer on the Bulldogs, bring more flavor to the game with Cheez-It and Pringles. And now, Cheez-It and Pringles give you the chance to win the biggest prize of the season, a trip to Atlanta to hoop it up with the stars at the Celebrity Crunch Classic. Visit CelebrityCrunchClassic.com for entry details and official rules. No purchase necessary. Ends 3/8/20. Void where prohibited. Stock up on Cheez-It and Pringles. Enter for your chance to win. And go Dogs!
An auto policy from State Farm gets you collision coverage. And this radio ad from State Farm gets you coverage of this beloved 90s hit.
I hit a car. I hit a car. I hit a car. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. My agent's gonna help me.
For more coverage, visit statefarm.com.
Hey, this recap is brought to you by Regions. Get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Second half, Chuck, we've played them close to even. They've outscored us 28-24, but we had that big deficit at the half, so the scoreboard looks the same.
They've attacked the second half a little differently. They run a lot of clock, which puts them later in the shot clock trying to get things accomplished offensively. So, yeah, I mean, we have, but on the other end, it was that first half that, sort of put it out of our reach.
Turnovers have still been a big bugaboo for the Dogs today. 22 turnovers. And we have been whistled for 22 fouls in the ballgame. They've been whistled for 15.
And those 22 turnovers have resulted in 20 points for Dayton.
Flyers are trying to inbound it, front court way down to our right on the near sideline. Jaquan Walton back in the ball game for the Dogs. He'll guard the inbounds throw. They feed it into Crutcher. Shot clock ticks at 15. Crutcher by Kamara. Sweeping hook shot from the left side is good on the run. Crutcher's a good-looking player, too. He's got 20. Toppin has 25. That's a pretty good tandem for these guys in the A-10 this year. Crutcher and Toppin. That's pretty nasty. Kamara has it right of the lane on the baseline, works one-on-one. Nice drop step under the defender and scoops it up and in. Tomani Kamara showing some skills there. He's got 7. 73 to 52. Well, Georgia's going to be held to, by far, its lowest point total of the season here today. Came in averaging 92 a game. We're 40 below that. And there's 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play. Crutcher with the ball, right wing. Dayton not anxious to shoot, not eager to shoot, but they will with 1 second on the clock, and they'll drain a 3 from the right corner. They've done that about 3 times today. Cohill for 3 in the right corner. That makes all the Dayton fans who made the trip mostly from Ohio very happy. Georgia answers with a 3. Christian Brown.
A long 3, deep 3.
High on the left wing. Yeah, that's his first one. That's a Scana Energy 3-pointer for the Bulldogs, which they've been rare today. 76-55, Dayton. 2:25 to play. Brown falls down. Crutcher drives by Kamara. Missed the driving lay-in. They missed the dunk on the follow. They get another offensive board. And Landers missed the putback. It hung on the iron and fell off to the right. And there's a foul on the Dogs after all of that. And that'll put them on the line for 2 shots. Both teams over the limit here, over the second limit, if you will, here in the second half. Double bonus for both teams.
Well, I want to go on record right now as saying, for those of you that are interested in making out your brackets in March, when you come down to Dayton, I want you to give strong consideration to taking them maybe through to the Sweet 16. I'm not sure. This is a talented basketball team in a lot of areas.
This is their 4th Maui Invitational appearance. They won it all here in 2003. That was a long time ago. But they are an impressive group. They missed the free throw. The big guy, Chimanga, got the rebound, and another foul on the Dogs. We've got Jackson Eder into the ball game, a freshman walk-on from Woodstock.
They've got an ace in Toppin. They've got several guys that can help, around him. And then they've got a lot of composure. They're good at what they do. They play great defense. I got to tell you something.
They have all the elements.
Yes, they do. They bring a lot to the picnic. There's no question.
And this guy eats most of it. Chimanga at the foul line. 6'11", 270. He made the free throw. This is his first appearance this season. He's been rehabbing a knee injury. So he finally gets court time and gets his first points, and all the Dayton Flyer fans like that a lot. 2:07 to go, 78-53. Dogs almost turned it over, and we do. Ball got loose on the floor. We tried to pick it up with Brown, and he lost it over the end line. Dayton's basketball. 23 turnovers now by Georgia. Flyers trotted into the front court left to right. Here's Cohill through the logo. Gives it to Johnson, the Florida transfer. Now to Ibby Watson. Ibby and Obi weren't on the court too much at the same time today. Dayton turns it over. Look at that. Eder getting a steal. Jackson Eder, the walk-on, got a steal down on the baseline from Chase Johnson. 78-55, Dogs down 23. Here's Brown faking, driving high off the wing to the basket. Got knocked to the floor. That's a foul on the guys in white. And that's 2 shots coming up for Christian Brown, who's got extended minutes today here in Hawaii. Rayshawn Hammonds really never got started, got in foul trouble, and eventually fouled out of the ball game here in the second half with 5 points. Brown has picked up a lot of minutes today, the freshman from Hopkins, South Carolina. 94 seconds to play. Free throw by Brown, high and right down through the rim. Good. Ibby Watson goes to the bench, checking out of the ball game for Dayton. And it'll be Jerry Matos back in for the Flyers. Second free throw, no good. Minute 30 to go, 78-56 Dayton. Flyers work it around to Matos. They leave him open for the shot. He doesn't take the three. He'll bounce it down to the big guy. A spinning, twisting jump hook by Jordy Chimanga is good from the left baseline. And the Dogs will call a time to stop the clock to get some substitutions in the game. Tom Crean wanted to get Stan Turnier in as well, the 6'4 freshman and walk-on from Louisville, Kentucky. So we've got Eder and Turnier, Ty Fagan, Jaquan Walton. Where's our other guy? There he is, Mike Peake. They'll likely finish out the ball game. Final 70 seconds here in Hawaii. Eder with it between the circles. Dribble handoff to Walton. Top of the key to Turnier. Overhead pass to Peake. He looks at the three, doesn't take it. Now he will. He'll pull it down, then shoot it and score. Peake with a long three. Brought to you by Scana Energy. Nice. 80-59. Not so nice. 53 seconds to play. Cohill dribbles to the Dayton bench, and they call a time. And the officials is the rolling hand movement to say they get the substitutions in the contest. Dayton will go with Cameron Greer, 5'6" junior guard from Country Club, Illinois. Yes, good at it. And they've also got Christian Wilson in the ballgame, a 6'1" redshirt sophomore guard. There's the little guy out of the corner. He's smaller than our little fellow.
Well, I was going to tell you, we need to get Severe back. He could post him up.
Right corner three, hoisted from the waist with 7 seconds on the shot clock by Christian Wilson. That's no good. Dogs with a rebound. Less than 30 seconds to go. Dayton's going to win the opener here in the Maui Invitational. The Dogs will drop into the consolation bracket, and we'll play at 9:30 local time tomorrow morning. That'll be 2:30 Eastern as Fagan dribbles and drives down the lane. Good off the window. Layup. He's got 11, a career high for Fagan. Final 13 seconds. Matos will dribble it into the front court, thinking they'll just dribble out the clock here. Fagan will guard the ball. Matos will do a couple of moves. He'll continue to dribble, and that's the ball game. 80-61. Dayton took the Dogs to the woodshed today and never let up. They beat the Dogs by 19, Georgia's first loss of the season. Dayton improves to 4-0 on the year. Georgia now 4-1. The Dogs will be back in this same time slot for tomorrow's contest. We'll be on the air with you at 2:05 for our pregame courtside show. A 2:30 Eastern time tip-off against the loser of the next game coming up here in Maui, Virginia Tech and Michigan State. So either way, you get a quality opponent there, but the Dogs will try to regroup and come back and see what they can do tomorrow in round number 2.
Well, Scott, I'm looking back over our keys to the game, and we started with we had to wake up and not ease into it, and we were down 12-2, as you pointed out, before the first media timeout. So we did not wake up and come out of the gate strong. We did kind of ease into it, and against an opponent like this, you cannot do that. Secondly, I said that these guys are big, they can shoot. You got to try to limit Obi Toppin's touches, and clearly he was just a huge difference in this game, particularly at the beginning, and helped them jump to that big lead that we never seem to recover from. And finally, I said Rayshawn Hammonds, that he had to be a Wowie in Maui, and he was not a Wowie in Maui. This was not the Ray Hammonds that we have seen at Stegman, and Ray needs to find whatever it was that he left behind in Athens and bring it to the floor tomorrow morning.
So what I'm hearing there, we didn't check off the boxes on any of your keys to the game.
We did not check any of those boxes, and then we compounded all of that with turnovers and our fouls.
Scoreboard says 81 or 80-61 the final. Our stat monitor says 80-60.
I believe 80-61 is the correct score.
Let's hope so. We'll go with that one. A little bit of a difference of opinion here with the technology here at the Lahaina Civic Center. Okay, Michigan State, Virginia Tech are up next. They take the floor immediately. We'll catch up with Coach Tom Crean, get his thoughts on this contest when we come back. It's time now for the Regions Locker Room Report from Maui. It's brought to you by Regions. Get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/go dogs to order yours today. Our final score from Hawaii: Dayton 80 and Georgia 61. Back in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Everyone knows the star players on the court, but what about the ones off the court? Nissan Intelligent Mobility Technologies are calling the shots. They can lend a hand all on their own, whether you're in game day traffic or pivoting into those tight arena parking spots. And when the opposing team's fans suddenly break in front of you, it can even help you stop, so you can keep cheering come game time. Nissan Intelligent Mobility, it's a game changer.
Get to Nissan, a proud partner of the UGA Bulldogs.
Please see owner's manual for important feature information.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The holidays are back again, which means it's time to hit the road home. Whether you're racing along winding highways in the Agile 3 Series, conquering terrain in the versatile X3, or just cruising a few blocks to your parents' house in the luxurious X5, the journey should be full of joy. That's the road home, and it begins now. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers. Now through December 2nd. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs.
Hi, welcome to this ad for Subway Delivery. How do you want it?
I'll take the home meditation, please.
Ah, very blissful.
The path to fulfill your inner stomach, man. First, align your body with the sofa. Open your mind and order from Subway.com/delivers. Open your door to your delivery order. Open your mouth to a tasty footlong from Subway. All right.
Delivery available in selected areas. See Subway.com/delivers for details.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions Bank. Coming up, you'll hear from players and coaches outside the Dogs' locker room. Plus, a look again at other scores around the country. Now, back to courtside for continuing live coverage of Georgia basketball.
Dayton throws up a three, tried to fake the contact, no whistle. Air ball, we get the rebound. Hammonds, bullet pass inside the peak. We run the floor and score on a lay-in good. That's your Swifty Car Wash Express play of the game. And that is also our State Farm assist of the game. Talk to an agent today, 1-800-STATE-FARM, or by visiting statefarm.com. Dogs didn't have a whole lot of assists today, only 8 in the contest. Wheeler had 4 of those, but that one from Hammonds to Peak. State Farm assist of the game. Welcome back to our post-game coverage. Dayton a winner over Georgia today here in the Maui Invitational, 80-61. Our locker room report is brought to you by Regions. Get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Well, it was a long afternoon for Georgia from the outset. Georgia never led in the ball game. Obi Toppin, their NBA prospect, first team all-conference performer, rookie of the year in the A-10 last year, was as he was billed to be. He was tremendous in the first few minutes of the contest, finished the game with 25 points, Chuck, but Georgia, once Dayton got rolling, never really had a shot. We never really mounted any kind of serious comeback. We got down in double figures, and that deficit stayed in double figures.
Yeah, we could never get it back to single digits, despite having a couple of opportunities, to climb back in it. But every time we would do that, every time we get it close to single digits again, where you might be able to put something together, they'd hit a 3 at the buzzer or a 3 at the horn, and boom, there they'd go again.
Yeah. Well, they finished the game on a, let's see, this says a 9-0 run. That's not right. Okay, I'm trying to pick up some stats on our monitor here, and that says that's just not right. 80-61 was the final. That is right. And Georgia's leading scorer today was Ty Fagan, who had a career-high 11. He was our only guy in double figures. That tells you what kind of day it was. All of our scorers today unable to get anything consistently going. Rayshawn Hammonds fouled out with only 5. Anthony Edwards did not have a good day shooting the basketball, just 2 for 10, missed all his three-point shots. Tyree Crump, same kind of day for him, 0 for 3, all from three-point land. Donnell Gresham Jr. Finished with 6 points. But, all of the guys that we've seen through the first 4 games, Chuck, that have contributed offensively, were not able to do that today.
No, Hammonds, we didn't get what we needed out of out of Ray. We didn't get what we needed out of Anthony Edwards, and we didn't get what we needed out of Tyreek Crump. Those are three guys that usually put points up on the scoreboard for us, and that just didn't happen today. And then, of course, as we've pointed out, the turnovers were just killer because they capitalized. When we turned the ball over, they punished us for it, and we weren't able to reciprocate. And also then the fouls.
Well, this is that was huge. Turnovers and fouls. That's probably should be the headline. 23 turnovers by the Bulldogs, and we were whistled for a lot of fouls today. 24, as a matter of fact, that went against the Dogs. This is a good Dayton team, though, folks. As Chuck was pointing out during the broadcast, folks need to take notice of the Dayton Flyers this year. They were 21-12 last season, and they are off to a 4-0 start this season. This is the Regions Locker Room Report from Lahaina Civic Center in Maui, and we will continue with more in just a moment. Our final again, Georgia falls to Dayton today in the opener, 80-61. Back after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Off season for Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go Dogs wherever you go. And with Regions Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Everybody knows that peanuts are the state crop of Georgia. But did you know that Georgia farmers contribute nearly $75 billion to the state's economy each year? That's not peanuts. Those billions are why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers by promoting agriculture and offering access to benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. You can join online for just a few bucks a year. Peanuts.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Growing up in a coffee family is no different than growing up in any other family, except that we all kind of share one affinity, and that's for a great tasting cup of coffee.
Matt Siraj, 4th generation owner, Community Coffee.
I believe people can taste the difference family makes. It's a fullness in the mouth. It's a flavor impression that follows all the way through till 30 seconds after that sip of coffee. It's that rich, smooth flavor that you find in Community Coffee.
Our family story continues at communitycoffee.com.
The holidays are back again, which means it's time to hit the road home. Whether you're racing along winding highways in the Agile 3 Series, conquering terrain in the versatile X3, or just cruising a few blocks to your parents' house in the luxurious X5, the journey should be full of joy. That's the road home, and it begins now. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers. Now through December 2nd. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs.
Wheeler got two guys on him. The little guy gets it to Fagan. We go to Nkameze on the baseline. He drives for a dunk against their big guy, Chimanga.
That was impressive.
And that is our ultimate drive of the game, driven by BMW. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. BMW says, go Dogs. Back on the Region's Locker Room Report here from the Lahaina Civic Center in Maui. Georgia falling to Dayton today in the opener of the tournament. 80-61 is the final. Georgia's first loss of the year. The Dogs dropped to 4-1. Dayton improved to 4-0 on the season. Our IBEW player of the game for Georgia is Ty Fagan today, the sophomore guard, 6'3", 185 from Logtown, Georgia, and Upson Lee High School. Finished with a career-high 11 points. He was the only Bulldog in double figures today. 5 for 5 from the field. He hit a 3, had a couple of rebounds, 11 points, and Ty Fagan is the IBEW player of the game. It's time now for our final stats, brought to you by Northside Hospital, proudly welcoming the Gwinnett Health System to its family of care. With more than 3,500 doctors and 5 hospitals, your Northside now has expanded services in maternity, orthopedics, surgery, cardiovascular, cancer, and more. Visit them at northsidegwinnett.com. All right, your final game stats from a lopsided affair against the Dayton Flyers today look like this. For Georgia, the Bulldogs shot 49% for the game, 24 of 49, just 4 of 16 on threes, however. That's 25%. And the free throw shooting was not good, 53% today for the Dogs, who were 9 of 17 at the foul line. For Dayton, the Flyers shot 49% for the game, 27 of 55. They hit 10 threes, 10 of 27 on long-range shots, 37. And they were a very good 84% from the foul line, 16 of 19, only missing 3 free throws this afternoon. For Georgia, scoring-wise, as we said, the leading scorer was Ty Fagan with 11. And he was our only guy in double figures. The rest of the roster looks like this for the Dogs. Tumani Kamara had some nice moments today. The freshman from Belgium had 7 points, a couple of rebounds in the contest, and 2 steals. Savir Wheeler also with 7 points today. The freshman guard from Houston had 4 assists in the ballgame, turned it over 3 times. He had a steal and 2 rebounds. Anthony Edwards finished with 6 points this afternoon. Edwards 2 for 10 shooting the basketball, 0 for 5 on threes. Hit a couple of foul shots. He had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 turnovers today. Donnell Gresham, the graduate transfer from Northeastern, had 6 points and 3 rebounds for Georgia. Gresham was 3 for 4 shooting the basketball, a couple of steals and 2 turnovers as well. Amanze Ngumeze had a tall task of trying to defend Obi Toppin at the start of this ball game. Toppin was pretty much able to do what he wanted to early on to establish Dayton's contest, and Dayton never trailed in the game. Ngumeze finished with 6 points, 2 rebounds. Amanze 3 for 6 shooting the ball, 2 turnovers today. Rayshawn Hammonds fouled out of the contest. He didn't score until the second half. He had 5 points, 4 rebounds. He was 2 for 4, 3 turnovers, in foul trouble in the first half and in the second half, eventually as defined by the foul out. Others scoring for Georgia today, including Mike Peake. He had 5, 2 for 2 shooting the ball. He had a 3 today, 5 points and 3 rebounds. Christian Brown had 6 points and 3 rebounds. Brown was 1 for 3 from the field, 3 for 6 from the foul line. And all of our guys, it seemed, had an abundance of turnovers. Christian had 3 of them today. He also had a steal in the contest. And finally for Georgia, it was Jaquan Walton with 2 points. He had a pair of free throws late in the ball game. Jaquan Walton closing out the scoring as Georgia falls 80-61. For the Dayton Flyers, Obi Toppin finished with 25 points. He was the game-leading scorer. He had 4 rebounds, 5 for 5 from the foul line, 2 for 3 on threes, and 9 of 11. Pretty much did what he wanted to around the basket. A very high percentage, 9 of 11 shooting with 25 points. Their second leading scorer was their very talented guard, Jalen Crutcher, another all-conference selection. He had 20 points, 3 assists today, 7 of 15 shooting, hit 4 3-pointers, 4 of 9 from long range for Crutcher. Everybody else in single figures for the Flyers. Georgia turned it over 23 times today. Dayton scored 22 points off those 23 turnovers. The Flyers turned it over 15 times. Georgia had 8 points off their turnovers. The Dogs outscored Dayton in the paint 38-26. They outscored the Flyers in second chance points 8-4. Dayton had the edge in fast break points 16-9. And off the bench, Georgia had a decisive edge there, 38-18. But none of that mattered because Dayton puts a win in the books here against the Bulldogs today. 80-61 was the final. The Flyers are now 2-0 all time against Georgia. First matchup with these two teams in 46 years. Dayton wins it here today. The Dogs now 4-1 on the season. We'll get ready for game number 2 in the Maui Invitational. That'll be tomorrow morning, local time. Tomorrow afternoon, back in the East, it'll be a 2:05 airtime and 2:30 tip-off for Georgia. And the team that loses, our next game coming up here in Maui between Virginia Tech and Michigan State. So we'll see you tomorrow afternoon at 2:05 Eastern time for the Dogs in Maui. We're going to continue here with our Regions Locker Room report. We'll hear from Georgia head coach Tom Crean. You're coming up in our next segment. And then I think Cabell Philpott will close out the postgame from our Piedmont Healthcare Network studio. So we'll say so long from Maui for today, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Coach Tom Crean will come back with Chuck right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In your heart, you know it's time to get your hip repaired. You need knee surgery, but don't want it to be too invasive. You're looking for a new approach to the arthritis pain you've had for so long. At Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, we're dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility, which is why we offer personalized care from elite joint and arthritis doctors who place an emphasis on rapid recovery that can have you home within hours of surgery. Learn more at northside.com/orthopedic. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
Isn't it yummy when you find a great deal that helps stretch your budget? Yeah, we think so too. That's why at Kroger, we've got more ways to save on all the fresh foods you truly crave. With great sales every day, fuel points to save at the pump, and digital coupons you can download to your Plus card, the savings at Kroger really add up. More ways to save. It's easy at Kroger.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Holiday Inn Express wants to let you in on a little secret. Members can now get up to 25% off at holidayinexpress.com during our cyber sale. We'll even throw in free breakfast. Just kidding. Breakfast is always included in your stay at Holiday Inn Express. Book now and save at holidayinexpress.com. Terms apply.
Hey, Bulldog fans, it's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes, earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at swiftycarwash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
Welcome back, Cabell Philpott inside the Northside Hospital studios as we get you wrapped up from the first game of the Maui Invitational Tournament. Georgia falling to Dayton by the final score of 80-61 to start this tournament off. The Georgia Bulldogs will now play the loser of the next game out in Maui, Virginia Tech and Michigan State. We are still waiting to hear from Coach Crean. We'll get you there shortly as we take a look at some of the games going on around the country in the SEC. 17th-ranked Tennessee is undefeated. They'll play Chattanooga tonight in the Emerald Coast Classic campus game at 7 o'clock. Arkansas hits the road, heads to Georgia Tech. The Hogs are 5-0. They'll play the Jackets at McCamish in Atlanta at 7. Missouri hosting Butler as the Bulldogs 5-0 on this young season. That's a neutral site game in Kansas City. The Hall of Fame Classic powered by Shot Tracker. Again, that's a 7 o'clock tip. At 8, Vandy hosts Southeastern Louisiana at Memorial Gym. And at 9:30, 18th-ranked Auburn, 5-0 undefeated, battling New Mexico at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, part of the Legends Classic. Georgia falling this afternoon, 80-61. When we return, hopefully we'll have Tom Crean right after these messages. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world. Globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of UGA football, and every Dogs fan deserves to save money. Get fired up about our low natural gas rates and switch to Scana Energy by calling 877-GO-SCANA or visiting scanaenergy.com. Between the hedges and beyond, Scana Energy is a winning play. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to start saving on your natural gas today.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, welcome to this ad for Subway Delivery. How do you want it?
I'll take the home meditation, please.
Ah, very blissful.
The path to fulfill your inner stomach, man. First, align your body with the sofa. Open your mind and order from Subway.com/delivers. Open your door to your delivery order. Open your mouth to a tasty footlong from Subway. All right.
Delivery available in selected areas. See Subway.com/delivers for details.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. Soon you'll have a separate fridge in the basement, where extra groceries are exiled forever. Remember that frozen lasagna? Of course you don't. It's been down there since 2008. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance. Piece of cake. Behind the lasagna, it's very old. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Welcome back, everyone. Georgia falls in Maui to Dayton, 80-61, the final score. The leading score for the Georgia Bulldogs, and bright spot was Fagan with 11 points. He was 5 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, and 2 rebounds in the losing effort for Georgia today, 80-61, the final score. Again, we continue to wait for head coach Tom Crean. When we return, hopefully we'll get the final words from the coach right after these messages. Again, Dayton 80, Georgia 61, the final score. Back after this, Georgia Bulldog Sports Network.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
Hey Bulldog fans, Georgia Power knows that fan energy is what makes Georgia Bulldog basketball possible. From tip-off to the final buzzer, you power us forward. That's why Georgia Power is proud to help power your community. Last year, they donated over $22 million to community improvement programs, including supporting nearly 1,300 nonprofits across the state. To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping the state power forward, visit georgiapower.com/community.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In search of a battery that won't let you down, even in the lowest temperatures? We've got you covered at America's #1 battery destination. At AutoZone, we have the proven tough Duralast batteries you need to drive with peace of mind this winter. They're tested in extreme conditions, which means you can count on them to deliver when you need them most. Stop in today or visit AutoZone.com, and we'll help you find the start you're looking for. Based on data from the MPD Group Incorporated, car care track 12 months ending December 2018.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield IMG College, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Final score from the Hawaiian island of Maui. Dayton 80, Georgia 61. Dogs fall in their first game at the Maui Invitational. They will play the loser of the game currently in progress, Michigan State and Virginia Tech. Chuck is in the locker room with Coach Crean. Chuck, take it away.
Right from the get-go, they came out storming, and it was just tough to catch up.
Yeah, we were not good at all defending the post. We didn't do anything that we needed to do to Obi Toppin to start the game. And we played behind, which is the last thing you want to do. We weren't aggressive with our hands. We want to come off the pass when the ball goes in. We're late on that. That's what a pro looks like. That's what an absolute future NBA player looks like, with that kind of desire and attack mentality that he has. And we didn't answer from the beginning. We did some good things to come back in it, but we never, as I said to the team after the game, that's what a real strong, physically, mentally tough, aggressive, move the ball, play defense team looks like. And they made us look like really young people today.
And they were able to also, when we turned the ball over, which we did, I think 23 turnovers, they were able to punish us with it.
Well, the biggest thing offensively, and I was afraid of this because we just don't have the maturity to understand what it takes to win. All right, we were 25 of 42 when we went through the paint. Okay, a couple threes at the end. We sat at 1 of a success rate not going through the paint for a long time inside of that game. And just the lack of maturity is astounding to me, but it's to be expected. There were times we had 5 freshmen out there. But all of a sudden we get out there, and again, that's why we've got to get so much better. We're not at this level yet. We're not at this level with some of our veterans, and we're not at this level with our young guys yet. You can't stand there and hope you're going to make a shot by standing there and wait for it. You got to cut. You got to move. Our game is cutting. It's movement. It's attack. And when we did that, we got good looks. Now, some shots didn't go down, but when we stand and think we're going to make it's going to be easy, it's not. And that's where the turnovers came. And they were physically and mentally tougher than us today.
And foul trouble, we got in that too.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It just wasn't good. But we never got any confidence in the game because we stood too much. And that's not how we practice. That's not how we play. But that's what happens. We've got to continue to build our awareness for playing basketball. And we've also got to build our toughness. And we ended about rebounding by 1, which blows me away. And they beat us to 50-50 balls, loose balls. But this is what this tournament does. This tournament tells you what really, really good to great looks like. And the bottom line is, if we aspire to it, we got to learn from it. We got to learn from it in a hurry.
But Coach, that's got to be beneficial to these freshmen. You've got so many freshmen, 9 freshmen, and that's got to be beneficial to them. The fact that they got a chance early here to see what good looks like.
Well, if they can learn from it, yeah. If they can learn from it, yes. It's the bottom line is that's an old team, right? That's an older team. They've developed them. They've recruited them. They brought in the grad transfers. They've done a good job with that. But that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So hopefully we will learn from this and turn around and play Virginia Tech or Michigan State a lot better than we did today.
Final question, and that is 3 of the guys that we generally count on quite a bit weren't able to give you a lot today, and Ray, Tyree, and Anthony.
Yeah, they were looking to make it happen on their own or waiting for the ball, and Ray got in foul trouble rather than understand. Yeah, it's got to keep moving. It's got to keep going through the paint. But that's part of it. That's part of it. What you can't have is players that play to play. And you have to understand what the game is giving you. You have to understand the game plan. The game plan for us has been working. Attack, go through the paint, get the back cuts, keep it moving. That's when we're at our best. And today we weren't like that. I've had some teams that have dealt with that. Kids get hard-headed, right? And you just got to keep coming at them in a way that gets them to understand what causes them to lose and what will help them win. And today we did too many things that cause you to lose.
Tournament basketball, we'll get another chance tomorrow.
Yep, we're looking forward to it. Thank you.
That was Coach Crean in the locker room. Thanks, Chuck. We appreciate the time as Georgia falls to Dayton 80-61. Dogs up tomorrow, same time along the network, 2:05 airtime. Game 2 of the Maui Invitational. Georgia taking on the loser of the game currently in progress, Virginia Tech, and number 3 Michigan State. Spartans up 7-5 early in that ball game so far. We will talk to you tomorrow afternoon at 2:05. With the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Countdown to Tip-Off show from Maui in Hawaii. For the entire broadcast crew, I'm Cabell Philpott saying goodnight, reminding you once again the final score from Maui, Dayton 80, Georgia 61. Good night, everybody.
the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. You've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions Bank. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions Bank, a proud sponsor of the University of Georgia and the official bank of the SEC. The preceding has been a Learfield, IMG College, and JMI Sports presentation on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.